And good evening, good evening, all. Welcome back. We are here live on twitch.tv playing more Metaphor Refantazio. We are back in Grand Trad. At the end of the last stream, what we managed to do was get ourselves into the company of a new ally. And what we now need to do is take the lovely Lady Juna to see her sister. So, let's go and ride the surfboard, aka ride the sword. Yes, we're full on Tony Hawk mode here, people. And there is Juna now.
Let's go.
Where is inside this church? Let's go. At least allegedly she is.
Terribly sorry. Putting some elixirs away. Be with you in a moment. Hello. How can I help you? Juna.
Yes, Rella is Rella, who's got a weird mix of Aegis from Persona 3 and Ringo from Soul Hackers 2. Again, am I the only one seeing this?
Long time no see. Sorry for all of us storming the place. And you're the one who was at the exhibition. Right. Now that you all know each other's names, Rella is my older sister.
Good evening, Avian. Yes, you like her design. Her design's actually really, really awesome. It's a very unique style, isn't it? Good evening. Welcome to the stream.
Adopted sister, that is. Her family took me in. Though don't spread it around. The public doesn't know, and we don't know who tried to exploit it.
Yeah, explains the lack of physical differences between them.
It's been forever, Juna. I'm so sorry. I really was planning to meet you after the opening ceremony.
I understand. You were attending to Sanctifex Forden until Brylehaven. But that's wonderful. Such deft social climbing even puts father's efforts to shame, eh?
It is interesting though. You got the monochromatic design of the overall outfit, Avian, coupled with the gold, almost Greek like armlets and headband. It's a nice, simple mix. I quite like it.
Ugh, social climbing.
Yeah, preach, brother. Absolutely.
Glad to make your acquaintance. I am Rella Cygnus. I'm a healer, but somehow I doubt that's why you're here.
Actually, there's something we'd like you to look at.
Where did you get this?
Social anything is joke. I mean, there's a reason why I broadcast on the internet rather than go to the pub.
I know it's asking a lot, but could you share anything you know? Without asking too many questions?
I've seen something like this before. I'd never forget. Objectively speaking, the magic involved is a direct inversion of a healing spell. Popularly known as a curse.
Well, it looks like we found the right book then.
I suppose that stands to reason.
Pardon the late introduction. I am Hulkenberg, a Knight of the Crown. As you may have guessed, that is the formula to the curse that slew His Royal Highness, the Prince.
Hold on.
Yeah, Stroll's like, what are you doing?
The death of His Highness was a tragedy, one I would see repaid in full. As his royal guard, 'tis my duty to punish the treasonous snake responsible.
Then surely the man who penned this was Luis.
Look, what happened at the exhibition? We were trying to get closer to Luis. You're a holy woman, so I couldn't ask your forgiveness. But if you could at least understand.
The Lady Joanna's penitence was sincere. To hear her, I thought it must be so. It was Forden who chose such a terrible punishment. That was what scared me.
Oh, Rella.
But I'm a bit relieved. I heard rumors Luis had swept you off your feet and you'd been hanging on his arm since. I worried for you so, Juna. I see now I needn't have given it a second thought.
Of course. I am Juani Cygnus, and my life is...
Yes, your life is your own, I know. Just make sure you're not causing trouble for everyone else. I suppose this is another dramatic and risky gesture? Like when you ran away from home in a frenzy of passion, declaring you'd take the stage or die trying.
She took the stage, so that's all fine.
No! Well, sort of. Maybe, yes, but... Oh, you didn't have to put it like that.
I've looked over the formula. From what I can tell, this spell's effects are enduring. As long as the magic source continues to exist, the effect shall never fade.
In other words, the curse will last as long as Luis stays alive.
The trouble is, while most curses simply consume the magic released in the moment's casting, this one is designed to perpetually draw on the magic of the caster.
So as long as Luis lives, it doesn't matter where his victims run and hide. Sounds just like him.
But I'm afraid even if His Highness still lived, I don't think anyone could have broken the curse using this.
Ooh, interesting.
This formula isn't complete. It's a mere outline, clearly jotted from memory. I couldn't tell you how to lift the curse from this alone.
Ah, so he's got the rest of it tied up here, has he? That's interesting. Oh, hold on. I've just noticed my camera's not working. 1 second. I just noticed my camera, I was looking up and I normally have a blue line on my camera, like a blue outline, and my blue outline had gone. So apologies for that, people.
What? Then... I'm sorry I couldn't be of any help.
No, you've done plenty. Especially since we're the ones who sprang this on you.
Pardon me, young man. May I say one last thing?
It's your church, say what you like.
You're a friend of hers, aren't you? Please, keep Juna safe.
I'm going to say the top one, I'm going to be the paladin.
Of course. I'll do what I can.
Thank you. She can be reckless sometimes.
No, don't I know it.
I'll be here for the foreseeable future. Any friend of Juna is welcome here, so stop by any time you like.
Is this a new follower?
The curse is impossible to break?
No, it's not. I thought we were going to get a new follower then.
Did I miss a funeral? I've never seen you lot so gloomy.
Eurus, now's not the time, mate.
What do we do now?
The only way left is to take down Luis himself.
The impossibility of that is precisely what led us here, Stroll. And now, we are no further than when we started.
Yeah, the backstory of the game does make you wonder, but alas, the answer is no at this point, Avian, so I guess we'll find out later.
Plenty of assassins have come for Luis, but the king's magic works every time. They all died frozen in agony.
The only way, then, is to push Flynn to usurp him in the rankings. We saw what happened with Glodell. Because Glodell was lower ranked, he couldn't kill Flynn, and the magic protected Flynn. That's the only way. That's literally the plot of the game now. The plot of the game is that we have to go out and win the support and be more powerful than Luis. That's it.
Even if we could fight him properly, do we stand a chance? The man's an unparalleled master of both martial and magic arts.
Plus, I get the feeling there's more to Luis than being like, oh, and I get the feeling he's got somewhere around the magic. It just seems too easy to turn it into a popularity contest. It just doesn't work.
This might be the end.
Only if you give up.
Still, we have to stop Luis, no matter what. The royal magic's not an absolute shield. It cost Glodell his life. We've just got to maintain the trust we've earned from Luis, and eventually we'll get our chance.
See, Stroll's got his head on.
For now, he told us to wait until the race's next task is announced.
Then we'll have to do just that.
I'm pooped from all this brainstorming. I could use a break in the Gauntlet Runner.
A break in the... Well, you are in the Gauntlet Runner, aren't you? If we see June around in public, we might attract a crowd. We can't risk Lewis catching on that we're in the royal capital. At least for today, I'll ask her to stay in the runner, away from prying eyes.
Well, I must say I'm impressed. You have enough beds to accommodate this many people.
Yeah, I agree with you, Avian, exactly. I don't think he's going to rely solely on the magic. It seems too eggs in one basket, doesn't it?
Yes. as much as they grumble about cramped quarters.
Apologies. 'Tis hardly accommodation worthy of a diva. And I confess the ride itself is often jarring.
At the very least, I'll be happy with a bath. You have a room for that, I trust?
On the balcony.
Right this way, milady.
Well, no point getting reckless now. Let's think about this some more tomorrow.
So now we've got through that cutscene.
By the way,
Oh,
what have you been doing all this time, Eurus?
I think we're about to end the cutscene. Turns out I was wrong.
Thinking, mostly. Been having a good old ponder ever since I saw Luis's Skyrunner in the air.
Yeah, he'll have multiple plans, backup plans, and the rest, Davian. I don't trust him to be that easy.
Always been my dream to fly on wings, you see. Not with any of this magic levitatory. But then in you come with this teleportation. Made me start wondering if there was any valid point at all to my flight theory, what?
Actually, yes, because the teleporter only goes to places we've been. If you can fly to islands I've never been to, you can go somewhere that I can't teleport to.
A long while back, I did a flight experiment to prove my theory was sound. Failed spectacularly, though, and got myself all crunched up in the process. I was still in bed, midway through my convalescence, when they told me I was to be demoted.
Ooh.
I didn't know.
Between us, old boy, my flight theory's complete. Principles are sound and tested. All that's left are the practicals, incorporating it into the gauntlet runner. But ever since that accident, I suppose I've been afraid to move forward with it. Afraid of failure.
Yeah, fear of failure is one of the big reasons why people abandon things.
You and the rest of our merry band are risking your very lives for the prince. Here I sit moping, And the way I see it, your teleportation can only take us places we've been. If we want to see new horizons, we'll need to take to the skies.
Exactly, that's exactly what we'll need to do.
It'll take time, no doubt, but I'll put my very soul into it. No shortcuts. And when I fly, I'll do it my way.
Fantastic, that's great. That's the kind of thing you want to hear from your crew. Yep, so we can now add members to our party or change them, basically, because we can now, because we've got 5 members, and reserve members gain less experience at the end of battle than active participants, and you can never remove the pro tag.
So?
Let's rest in the gauntlet run today. Our plans didn't pan out, but we should just concentrate and get our strength back for tomorrow.
Indeed we should. Now, so one thing I do want to briefly say, by the way, is a massive thank you to everybody out there who has followed this channel. I've now hit the massive milestone of 50 followers. It's awesome, so thank you very, very much. Every last one of you, you are all amazing. Let's see what Hulkenberg has to say. There's a bit of setback, and we've blessed a means to break His Highness's curse. Yet 'twould serve nothing to only wallow in dismay. If the only path that remains is slaying Luis, we must seek new strength with zeal renewed. Sounds fair. You are fortunate indeed to find an unexpected ally in the midst of hostile territory. Hulkenberg had much to say on the fame and accomplishments of both Juno and Rella. I must confess to near total ignorance of modern trends and those that set them. What about you? Heismay, don't call me out like that, please. Please don't call me out like that.
Well, that certainly could have turned out worse than it did. All thanks to your engineer, I assume. That crazy uncle-looking old chap. You must be quite the tinkerer, him. Not that your runner holds a candle to Luis's. That aside, I wish you all wouldn't stand on ceremony with me. I am truly on your side now.
I can't really do a voice for her. She's got kind of like a female Irish twinge, and I can't do that. I should change her voice completely.
Damn it!
After all we did to get to Lewis's good grace to secure the formula, does it weigh on you that all our efforts have been spent in the wind?
Yeah.
That's the spirit. Know that I'm here for you should you ever start to despair. It's times like this when I'm heartened by Juno's bright positivity. So, I'm being directed to go to bed, I think. Let's see if it'll let me do anything else.
We're in town. When I'm in most of it, you can do this on the road anytime.
Except I can't go out on the road. You're not allowing me to. Morgana.
Yeah, Nearest gets really fired up sometimes, doesn't he? Anyway, why don't we call it a day?
See? I called it. Meanwhile, good evening, Arsage. I just seen you jump in there and you managed to get the hang of good old Twitch. How are you? Absolutely awesome. Fantastic, mate. Even though, much like Morgana in Persona 5, we're being told to go to bed. The more things change, the more they stay the same, people.
Sure.
I think I'll rest here for today.
Good night.
Rest well.
I find it hard to sleep. Good time for there's any for some reading, I guess. And there's Lady Juno.
Oh, good. You're still awake. What's the matter?
Something on your mind?
No, not in particular. Once we're back tomorrow, I'll sneak the formula back into Luis's room. Even if he suspected us, he'd never work out that we got to the capital and showed it to Rella in a single night. He won't find out about our mission.
Yeah, no conversation, no tool making, no making coffee, no making curry, no studying, no crosswords. No, go to bed. That's what the game's saying. I should probably do the returning mag like he's got in the corridors too, just to be safe. I'll get into her later.
You know, I'm a bit surprised.
About what?
I thought I was fine doing all that infiltration at Luis's place. Turns out I wasn't. Finally having others who know the truth, and having gotten to see my sister. I didn't realize how exhausted I am. And you personally saved me from danger back there. I'm terribly grateful to you.
Here we go, shake hands, unfollow, I guess.
You're lucky, really. I'll have you know I'm rarely this candid.
Oh god, that's syrupy style. That's such a cliche, that's such an anime cliche, isn't it?
That's the forbidden text you mentioned in Luis's room, is it? I've seen him reading it from time to time. What's it like? Can I read a bit of it?
Oh god, Avian, I hope
The
not.
prevailing culture of the world is one of freedom in all things. No faith, fealty, or philosophy enforces ideology. All are free to create, and all are free to embrace those creations.
Until AI came along and stole it all.
This culture's influence spreads throughout the world. It is even said that a song of peace was powerful enough to bring an end to war. Oh, how inspiring. It's hard to imagine that a single song could be so influential.
I don't know, I mean, there have been many songs that have inspired war. Haven't there, Avian? Haven't there been songs that made you want to go to war recently?
I wonder what the world would be like if a song really could reach all people's hearts, no matter their status or tribe. We Nydia, we're all liars, you know. Everyone told us we were inherently worthless, this form. It's all just a fancy disguise, really. A gilded mask for the world to admire.
That's right, Avian. Go on, no selling. It's your only defense.
Or not. No, do forgive me. That was all lies, lies, lies.
Yes, what a surprise.
I don't think it's necessarily a good idea to reveal yourself entirely.
And I agree, keeping things secret is actually a good idea. Yes, Arista Jack, good point, yes. Maybe she could try singing a Disney song and get copyright striked. Yeah, that'd end the war, wouldn't it?
But you should always have the freedom to.
And speaking of that, of course, Chris on Saturday started playing through Epic Mickey on his YouTube channel. I dread to think how many copyright strikes, well, copyright claims, not strikes, he got for that. Every 2 minutes he was probably going, mine, 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 mine.
If these new powers powers are to give form to my ideals. I want to create a world where we can appreciate each other's freedom. I'll make sure everyone hears that in my songs, no matter what happens.
Juna and I talked into the night.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Metals Day.
Now, prepare to hear the race's next challenge. Let's find out where our fierce competitors are bound.
Ah, it's this guy, the chaotic curator.
To recap, the 20 candidates with the current highest approval on the King's Rock will be the only ones to proceed. All others will be disqualified. I'd say the results of the exhibition are sure to have spread by now. Let's have a look at the standings, shall we? In first place, the undisputed winner, bane of sea monsters and savior of the people, our very own Sanctifex Forden!
Boo!
And the traitor Luis in second, despite not actually being in the race. But in third, we have the warrior monk captain, Master Kiddo! Furthermore...
In the end, everyone but Luis is just representing the Sanctus Church.
I'm not. I'm representing nobody. I'm a punk.
What's your point? I dare say that's a relief. We'll finally be done with all this chaos. A return to normalcy.
Ha! Normalcy. Funny how it's only the rich who miss how things used to be. But now Count Luis has the people behind him. He'll save the common man.
Yes, we're all keeping our ears out for a response from Luis's faction. But we do have one standout who's seen a stunning jump in popularity since the exhibition. The lad responsible for exposing the sins of the Sanctoress Joanna. Valiant human slayer. Yes, it's the young Elder.
Right, wasn't expecting that one. Nameless to famous in a single night. Just like that, he's in the top 20.
Oi, crier man, where's the windbag? The one what acted all high and mighty over a tiny human head.
Ah, him. He is pining for the fjords.
Who? Oh, right, that Gladel or something. No sign of him, probably saw the writing on the wall and dropped out.
Bally's not wrong, he did drop out. Just not in the way you think.
So it really was all talk then? A disgrace to the Rusum, hiding his inadequacy behind Luis's authority.
But the boy candidate isn't the only one in the spotlight. We've a rising star by the name of Katharina.
Oh, that's awesome. I love Katharina. She's great.
Some big ideas, that girl. I hear she plans to put a price on every wealthy head if she takes the throne.
And what's wrong with that? If they're sitting on most of the kingdom's money, they can afford to hire a little extra security every day. Let them sweat it out.
Now here's a surprise. We've got a Mastari candidate still in the running. And my sources say they hail from, well, Verga Island.
A pagan island, eh? But they're filthy barbarians. Besides, nobody could compare to Lord Milo.
The final roundup's actually looking pretty diverse. We're just about ready to announce the next leg of the race.
Yes, so an interesting mix into the final 20. Oh, the bells are tolling.
And that's the bell. Thank you for waiting, ladies and gents. It's time to begin the second round of the tournament for the throne.
It almost sounds like a game show the way it's put it. Now into the second round.
First of all, congratulations to the 20 who have won their places on the King's Rock. You are now officially the winners of the first round. Let's give them a hand.
So other ones I recognise there, obviously we've got us, we've got the Pagan Island and the Mastari, we've got the military guy who I humiliated in a one-on-one duel, there's Katharina on the end. There's that weird rich guy who wanted us to pay him. There's the weird hippie guy with the harpoon. And then we've also got that one in the middle, the I'm so gorgeous kind of character. Interesting mix.
No sign of Luis. Even if he does plan to take over, suppose he's still not eager to play by their rules.
Yeah, Santifax Forden's not there either.
I haven't seen Juna this morning either.
I heard some nobles say she had a job suddenly come up. Better that the audience doesn't see her with us, anyway.
Now, at long last, we are ready to announce their next challenge. This time, the task for the candidates is recovering and offering a divine relic!
What? A relic?
Don't worry, we're happy to explain everything. You'll not want to forget this, so we've arranged for you to hear it from an
here comes Lady Juna again. Unforgettable voice, who else could it be?
To tell us more, please welcome to the stage our guide, our songstress, the lovely Lady Juna!
And interestingly, she's in the form before she adopted her masked dancer. This is a design.
Her sudden obligation revealed, I suppose.
Chosen heroes! Your next destination is Altaberry Heights, the capital of the Principality of Montario.
I do love the design with the red dress though, it's actually really, really cool. And as you say, Avian, yes, the hair like a butterfly.
You are to gather there by the deadline, with a divine relic in hand to offer the Sanctus Church. Tragically, there are still heathens in this land who choose to reject Sanctism. They care nothing for salvation.
So, yeah, the hippie design is a bit more real, isn't it? And she's not a physical user, I don't believe, Arista Jack, but the idea of flying like a butterfly and stinging like a bee, I've not used her in battle, so who knows?
They cling to strange idols, calling them divine relics, believing them gifts from their eldritch gods. But their rituals are unstable, and their relics just primitive magic tools. It is time we put an end to this misguided witchery. Take these relics from the pagan's grasp and bring them to the birthplace of Sanctism, Altaberry Heights, in Montario.
So this is where what we want to do is we're going against the order. We did that originally with our head, which was not technically, which is actually more human than any of the human heads, but I digress. So they want us to get the pagan ones. We want to find something the church has claimed that is actually not one of their own, and offer the truth. That's the way I'd do it.
Please deliver them to their rightful place in God's hands. May all our aspiring heroes be blessed with good fortune and the favor of God. I pray for your success.
Well, she's acting very well, because we know damn well she doesn't believe half that shite.
Got a real presence before a crowd, doesn't she? Positively plucks at your heart.
Focus, Iceland, focus.
Yes, Hulkenberg's a fangirl of Juna.
By the deadline of the second round, Altaberry will begin the festivities for the autumnal Montario Saints' Day.
Montario Saints' Day.
This two-day event kicks off on Saints' Day Eve, with the main celebrations on the day proper. And this year's event will be historic. His Eminence, Sanctifex Forden, will be personally sealing the collection of the pagan relics.
Yeah, see, no one's caught start. The Sanctifex Church are going to be sealing the relics. In other words, squashing every other religious voice and culture.
The songstress Juna will be dedicating a ceremonial song. You won't want to miss this, folks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on my mark, let the second round of the tournament for the throne begin!
they're unabashedly ordering them to steal relics from pagan land now. That's plunder. They would steal our very culture.
That candidate's a Mustari. Small wonder he's so aghast. Forden's stooping to a new low.
What do you mean?
By and large, the Mustari are a pagan people. Their relics are cultural touchstones, vital to their hearts and faiths. And Forden's just ordered us to loot them as we please.
So then we loot something from the Santifax instead.
But in our case, we won't even know what we're doing until Luis gives the order.
Either way, we're bound for Altaberry. It's further east. We've a long trip ahead of us.
Oh, my shoulder hurts. I don't care if it's the Crown Theocracy. You'd think they'd ask me a little sooner than the morning of.
Yes, Avian, I'm fine with looting. Looting's good.
Still managed to put on a hell of a show for him. Lady Juna, Count Luis has sent for you. And you lot too, I suppose.
And you lot too, I suppose.
Looks like our first job's come in. These men have me running all over.
Let's see what they have to say.
We're back, Lord Luis.
Funny, isn't it? Since the Gladell incident, you've been inseparable from this gang.
She said she wanted me as her chauffeur. Deal with it, you jealous little punk.
Well, one has to keep one's chauffeur in line, don't you think?
Thank you. He's not buying it.
Heard you got a gig at the Sanctus Festival. Good on ya.
Thanks. Though I don't know if it's worth celebrating. Seems to me it's to keep Lord Luis in check. Putting me on stage the whole time might keep you from crashing their Saints' Day party.
And if we try anything, they'll use it as an excuse to blacklist you. Just the kind of shite you'd expect from those Sanctist stooges.
You need fear nothing. It is Forden who now stews in his dread.
Does he burn his dread?
That he seeks the divine relics is common knowledge. But who would simply give up an idol on par with the god's reverence? He has all but commanded that we take it by force. The king's magic ruined his schemes. You humiliated him in the public eye. And in one desperate final grasp for authority, the fool has placed his fate in my hands.
Interesting.
Forden's game will soon end. Let us at least give him the finale he deserves.
What are you planning to do?
What? Do you need to hear it repeated? I will give Forden his death.
So in other words, get to the top of the rankings, then kill Forden. Bold.
And what of the king's magic?
You'll see soon enough. For now, you need only follow my orders.
Either that or that curse somehow circumvents the magic.
Your task is to obtain a certain divine relic on my behalf. The artifact in question is a lance known as Dracodius.
Dracodius?
Dracodios. The Draco implies something to do with dragons, I presume?
Suffice to say, the lore behind this particular relic intrigues me. You will acquire it in time for Saints' Day, and bring it to me.
Well, this is a bit cliche if we're going hunting a dragon.
Pretty high stakes, my lord. You sure you want this crop of novices on the job?
Rest assured, my other agents have their own relics I've assigned them to pursue. I've no urgent need for this lance, nor for them, should they fail.
I'll go along and keep an eye on them, shall I? You can bet that if they try and run off with the relic, I'll put a stop to it.
You certainly are attached to them, aren't you?
Seriously, Luis is basically saying, I know what you're doing, bitch. That's what he's saying, isn't he? He's saying that exactly. He's calling her out in his very presence.
Well, it's their first formal assignment in your service, after all. I can be your eyes and ears.
They really must think Luis is stupid. They really must.
So be it then. You may act accordingly.
So, my lord, where can we find this fancy lance?
Find your clues elsewhere. You have nothing further from me. Prove you think as well as you fight. May we both find success in the pursuit of our shared vision.
So, the only dragon I'm familiar with was the one at the very start of the game in the mine. Well, we're back at the inn. So far, the only thing we know for sure is it's called a Dracodios.
All right.
I guess we have no choice to go somewhere else to try to gather some information. Let's go. Right, we've not got a calendar all of a sudden, so that tells me we're stuck until we find some information. So, let's do a quick save. Oh, it's a memorandum. I know you from the thingy about the king, right? Yikes, he reeks of alcohol. I don't really want to ask him anything, we might as well since we're here. So, do you ever know about a divine lance or any Mystari?
Oh, really?
Divine lance? Divine lance? Mystari, the ones with the masks? I saw someone eating the tavern with a mask. They don't even take the mask off when they eat. I don't know how they do it. Oh, wait. Maybe they do take the mask off, actually. Well, at least we know a Mystari guy was sired at the tavern, I think. It's a beginning. We've got something. Meanwhile, what about you? With the exhibition on, the other ends are full of revelers. All that carousing and yelling, it must be impossible to get any rest. But it's nice and quiet here, isn't it? So quiet you could hear a pin drop. We're a little unique in that respect. Yes, why are you so quiet? Why does sound not travel?
You are?
The Divine Lance, was it? That's some pagan crap in it. You're us one of them, not a clumber like me, eh?
Then...
Have you seen a Mystari around here then? Someone who seems like they might know more about it. I told you I don't know anything, didn't I? Find a crowd, and you can bet there'll be a Mystari or two there. Now bugger off. I think there might be more crowds of people. I'm being honest, maybe it's worth checking a tavern or something. All these able-bodied candidates gathering here at the Exhibition of the Brave. This is the best. Can't wait to see them showcasing their skills in the Colosseum. Those perfectly chiseled muscles straining against brutal beasts. Sure, yeah. But we gotta go eat beforehand, remember? So let's just tone it down for now. This is where we hang at night, so...
Incredulous.
Where are you, Mystari? You can't hide.
I'm just incredulous.
Where did you go, Mystari?
Hey.
Excuse me.
I beg your pardon, but...
Oh, it's you two. Mind just me while I'm enjoying a meal. I'm a customer at this tavern. I have no obligation to respond to any unfamiliar fairies. If you want to know something, it's common sense to ask an employee first. Do you agree?
Sure.
No, I don't. Well then, let's start the Lady Awesome place, shall we? I'm glad you understood. Good day to you.
I'm just incredulous.
Now be gone, or I'll ask to speak to your manager. Or something. Then there's me. Oh, hi, Karen. Someone sounded bored then. Heard a big, deep yawn.
Huh?
Can I help you? Something tells me you're not here to eat. Divine Lance? I'm sure I'm the best person to ask about that sort of thing. No, wait! Someone else I was rambling about just a bit ago. Had a large mask on. Must have been Mystari. Seemed awfully bothered by it. You was bad about the lance? Sounds like you may know something. Any idea where he went? But you mentioned something about taking a boat to the island. He must be towards the coast by the Merchant's Bazaar, wouldn't you say?
Okay, so...
If we hurry, we're able to catch him. Let's head for Merchant's Bazaar.
All right, then.
Let's go.
So we can just go fast travel. Yes, video game Karen. Right, a Mystari. Somewhere around here. Where are you, Mystari?
Yeah?
Yes, we're gonna go into skateboard mode because we can.
Beg pardon?
Ah, hello. I see a Mustari. And that's the, is that the guy we talked to? I saw the village chief a moment ago, but I'd heard he was participating in the tournament. He's genuinely upset. I wonder if everything's alright.
Did you hear?
Did you hear that? I don't think it's this guy, though. He's telling us something about the last. Keep searching the keep searching the Matur's Bazaar.
Is it?
Why don't we talk to the guy who's an actual Mustari? He might be able to tell us something. That's a big fat dead end, so we don't want to get that.
Wonder if I could have been one of Lewis's minions myself.
Wonderful.
Oh, it's the military guy. Let's talk to him for a laugh.
Yes, hello.
You! I remember you, the vexing elder who interrupted my speech. But the support you have earned pales in comparison to mine. There are many who desire an independent Russant nation.
Dismissed.
Pitiful elder. Struggle all you like.
Wonderful.
Whatever you say, edgelord.
But that...
Ah. Well, this voyage sure was a rough one. The sea was calling us with a pull, and damn near answered. That's right. When the sea starts acting eerie like, we sailors call that the pull. There's magma crystals what sank to the bottom of the sea, and they can do strange things to boats, dragging them all higgledy-piggledy. See those balls of seawater floating in the distance? That phenomenon happens in town on occasion too, and it chills a sailor to the bone, it does. It's like your feet want to walk on the walls instead of the floor, and like the walls have become the floor. Hard to describe it, really. Interesting.
Whoa, check this out.
Hey, that Mustari over there.
Ah, it's the guy from the tournament.
I can't believe this. He would have them all take what they please. This same atrocity all over again. Damn him. And damn his crown theocracy.
He's in quite a state. Though I can hardly blame him, with everyone ordered to ransack his homeland. For now, how to approach him?
They've really crossed the line.
Wait. You're not with the Sanctus Church. One of the few who aren't, it seems.
I don't know much about divine relics, but I know all too well what it's like to see your homeland threatened.
Yes, I thought I'd go with the distant ally approach.
The divine relics are symbols of our faith. More than that, they are the soul of our culture, our history.
Followers of the old native beliefs worship idols that are known to conduct magic, which they call divine relics. But unlike the igniters of modern times, they are primitive in make and function, and often dangerous. So said my studies, at least.
Oh, far from it. Divine relics aren't primitive in the least. That's just Sanctus propaganda. Really, it's the opposite. Most of these relics are powerful beyond belief, and igniters are just our crude imitations of them. If you'd ever seen one yourself, you'd know the difference. They don't call them divine for nothing. With powers like that, they might as well have come from the gods.
So we could find Mjolnir, we could find Ragnarok, we could find the ultimate weapon.
You're that songstress. Didn't expect to hear all this from you, after what you said for the crowd.
A gig's a gig.
Well, a job's a job. But as I'm sure you're aware, pagans aren't the only ones oppressed by the church.
I'm reading the script too early again, aren't I, people? I'm sick. I keep reading the script.
You really are well informed. And it sounds like you know something of oppression. Did you perhaps come from the Mage Academy?
Details, darling. I've seen abuse of powers before, and I'd rather not see it again.
The other candidates seem bent on taking relics by any means necessary. But you all seem different.
To be fair, we are looking for one. The only relic we know by name right now is Draco Dios.
The Lance of the Dragon God. So that's why you came up to me. I suppose anyone would want our homeland's greatest treasure.
So now we know we got to go to his lot. We got to go to the island where the tournament's being held.
The lance is no secret we're trying to hide. Truly, I hope mainlanders come by the scores to see it. Our village is on an island in the World Tree's embrace, where the dragon god sleeps. On a clear day, you can see it from this land.
An island across the ocean. You mean Verga Island, then? 'Tis a large island in the inland sea. Most of its inhabitants are Mustari, and it remains the only place in the land where Sanctism has not taken root.
Yes, exactly, Avian. Bahamut will not be happy if we try and take it. Mega Flare, Giga Flare, Terra Flare, and much more will be coming our way.
I'm not out to abolish Sanctism myself. I just don't want everything we believe in to be destroyed.
So that's why you're in this race.
I thought I could change the world. And then I saw the truth. What a fool I was.
You still can change the world.
I've not introduced myself yet, have I? My name is Edeni. Take my advice. Forget about Dracodios. We can't hand it over, and you'll never reach it anyway.
What do you mean?
I need to stop pressing options too quickly.
No ship would carry you there, among the first of many reasons. Even so, it's no place for an outsider. It's time I stopped chasing a fool's dream. I need to face reality. And if you're smart, you'll do the same.
He has a kind of almost Welsh twinge to his voice. Not quite,
Well,
but almost.
Sounds like Dracodios is on Verga Island somewhere. Is there really no ship passage there? This is the biggest port in the kingdom.
'Tis true. His words reminded me. Thanks to both sea currents and cultural tensions, the only merchant ships passing Verga Island embark from Montario.
So we gotta go to Montario and then go over to Verga Island.
But Montario's on the other side of the bloody sea. You can't seriously be suggesting we go there first and then loop back to Verga. We'd never make the deadline.
Then let's bally well conquer this inland sea ourselves.
Okay, Neurus. How do you plan to do that? We have the Land Runner. Are you telling me you found a way to adapt it to the ocean?
Don't worry, chums. I'm on the job.
And yeah, it is a bit of a chest piece helmet. It's kind of similar to a rook, isn't it? That's what it reminds me of. Everyone else is looking very doubtful all of a sudden.
You worried about Lady Juna? Actually asking this time, not just prodding.
Shut up.
Tell. You still don't trust him, do you?
He's the only one apart from Luis who's actually got his head screwed on.
How can I? We've only known them for a matter of days. Look, the whole Gladel mess, you really think they're innocent?
There you go.
Then let's go with them, yeah? Me and you. You do whatever makes sense to you, Del. You know I'll follow wherever you go.
You never could keep your mouth shut, eh?
There's a reason Del is the voice of reason.
What the?
Wait a second. You're not saying this thing can sail now?
Quite right. While you lot were hobnobbing at old Luis's soiree, I had his runner all to myself. And believe you me, I got quite an eyeful. Came away full of ideas.
I mean, it's a good idea.
After all, this old girl wasn't designed as a land runner alone. All about modular design, don't you know? Flexible jointage. So I did a bit of tinkering.
But why? We'd not even spoken of the island until moments ago.
Island schmeiland, milady. Look at the map. What's our shortest route to Montario, eh? A straight shot through the inland sea.
Now, Evan, if you've called a super boss fight on the moon, I'm going to hate you.
Huh. The man has a point. That never dawned on me.
Besides, I've kept my ears open, what? Here there be monsters and all that rot. You'll need more than a ship for these waters. You'll need a proper sea runner.
Oh, right. Eurus, you weren't at the exhibition, so you wouldn't know. Forden already killed the big sea monster out there. It had a huge head.
Now, did he, Gallica? He said he killed it, but no one saw him do it.
Really? Don't tell me you're making the trip in that.
Here he is.
Why are you two here?
Bodyguard duty, Lady Juna. We're along for the ride, especially since you're bound for some remote wild island.
These poor newcomers are working so hard and you still can't trust them. Or is it me you don't trust?
We're here on Master Luis's orders. I'm sure I don't have to outline the pecking order there.
When did he order you that, Fidelio?
Or do you have a problem with us being around?
Rather. We're running short on beds.
Oh, don't worry. Del doesn't take up as much space as me.
Oh, belt up. Besides, you really expect this rust bucket to survive a night at sea?
If you don't like it, leave. Nobody's forcing you to come.
Nice one, Heis, mate.
Looks like we're crewmates then. Nothing like a sea voyage for a bit of fun, yeah?
This is a fine mess. Wasn't expecting them along. What do you think their angle is?
They probably still suspect us.
I agree. We definitely crossed a line with the whole Gladel incident.
We didn't cross a line. He attacked us and the king killed him. We did nothing.
Suppose that's that, eh? I'll do a last check on her amphibials and make sure she's shipshape. Give me a shout when you're ready.
And as you say over, yeah, why would they trust us? They've got no reason to. Right, we got to make preparations to sail away, so we're not able to do any of the other quests.
Hang on. That's the one from the exhibition.
Hmm?
Heard what you did at the exhibition, kid. Not bad for a filthy elder. Keep it up for the next one. Can't say I like how he said it, but at least people are starting to cheer us on, I guess.
You there. Heard the rumours about that Gladel fella. You know, the obnoxious prat participating in a tournament in Luis's place. Apparently, he has a vicious dog he brings along everywhere. I guess he's not Luis's subordinate for nothing if he can keep a monster like that. Yeah, you're right. I mean, he could keep the monster. I don't know if he keeps it anymore, but I'll check for you at the sea.
The ocean here is a pretty funny current, and the placement of ports and boats is rather odd.
Yeah, I suppose it is. Right, let's do a quick save while we can. Meanwhile, out of curiosity... Oh, there's no information to display. They're not letting us see the information of everybody else. That's annoying. Who's crying young man at me?
Now what am I to do? What you need? Wind up.
Let's not giving speeches after debating the elder candidate. Just like an underling to turn tail at the first sign of trouble. Oi, you! What are you doing here?
Hang on.
We're just curious about the rock. Can we take a look at him on our way?
Let's see. Yeah, well, do as you wish.
So there's a coronation rock in this city too. Wonder how the rankings are doing.
Look at that.
Hey, is that tiny face yours? Not that anyone who doesn't know you personally would notice you at that size. If people didn't know the king's magic protected you, I bet they find it to believe your face was in the top 20 now.
Besides.
First is Forden as always. Luis is next. After him is still Guido. I guess the support for the top 3 island candidates outweighs pretty much everyone else. It's hard to tell considering how small the others are, but I can kind of make out Rella. Tells you how popular she is considering she's not even a candidate.
I hear a voice from somewhere. Thou who art destined to become king, to thee by daily standing accumulated, by which thy growth is empowered, this mag is henceforth entrusted. Oh, I've just got 17,000 mag. I don't need it.
This is where we stand. Should we get back to it?
Now what am I to do?
Now, you see how it's interesting, you know, with the 3 faces and no one recognising the other candidates. That's very much I don't know if it's intentional, but it's very similar to the political party system here in the UK. Everyone knows Labour, everyone knows Conservative, and everyone knows Liberal Democrat. But after that, it's a lot smaller support for the likes of the Green Party, for example, or the Monster Raving Loony Party. So I think that's designed deliberately to poke fun at that.
I can see it.
Oh my. You intend to travel to Pagan Island. Your destination is shrouded in darkness. My apologies, but I cannot divine any further.
Simply amazing.
That's very similar to an Easter egg you could get in one of the Silent Hill games. There's a Silent Hill game, I don't know which one it is, where you have access to a cell phone. And if you dial Konami's helpline, they'll detect you as being in Silent Hill and go, sorry, we can't help you. Which I think's brilliant.
And what do you want?
Was there something you needed? I have no interest in joining you for idle chatter. An elder like you casting shame upon the Sanctus Church. It's far too late to repent. Oh no. Anyway.
Really now? Luis's damn private army.
Right, fluky seeing you here again. How about you fess up to whatever you're planning?
Oh, I have no plans to speak of. If anyone's plotting something, it's Brawlhaven's army. You got anything up your sleeves?
And where'd you get that idea?
Listen, I'm warning you. You try to sneak a rat into Lord Luis's gauntlet runner, and we'll have his grizzled little head on display in front of the church, just like in that exhibition.
Really now?
Yeah, exactly, Amy. That's why I love it. It's like you're completely effed. Don't bring us into it. Well, poor kids playing in the street, but they can't do anything. Can't interact with them. And our sailors got swizzled again and lost all their coin. Thought I warned you about that last time. It's not me this time, I swear it. Believe me. It was Jin, the candidate. He's a proper con artist and I want to treat your sales of a shared business deal. That's so. Now let me ask you one more question. This Jin bastard. Who was it who introduced it to my boys exactly? I'll return all the money. Please, just as once. The guy's like, right. So who introduced him then? Oh shit, oh no, he's got me, bugger.
Oh, hell.
Yes, no one likes a liar.
Yeah? Hi, my.
Need a ride?
Anywhere you want to go, I'll take you to the far bank. So it just takes us back over.
Good
choice. Fine, might as well do it. Looks like we're out of things to do here, so let's get ready to head on with the remainder of our trip.
Wonder if I could have done one of Luis's. You're not serious.
Let's go sword skating.
Proper ace. Now what am I to do? Well met.
Amazing.
Ain't that Songra's Juna's staying in the city? Bet she's a sight for sore eyes. Yeah, what she wore at the tournament's opening ceremony. Somebody dropped dead gorgeous, I heard. Sings like an angel. Sure wish I could hear it just once.
Let's go see.
Looks like you feel like the Magus brothers taking the line. But we'll have to make sure we're all prepared for the journey ahead.
Yeah, I've already got what I need. I am really well prepared. So with that in mind, let's start the next trip.
Ready to depart?
Oh, tied away anchor already? You're not forgetting anything, are you? I just got hold of a chart with the route. We'll all set out for our trip to Burger Island. Now then, let's set sail for new lands. So we have a few camping spots on the way.
Virga Island is this spot right here. Wonder how many days away it is.
At least 3, judging by the camping spots. Yep.
Oh.
Seems like an odd route to get to Virga Island. We can't just go straight.
This region's current a right pain, Magel. We must go around and across them lest they carry us off course. By my reckoning, it'll take us 4 days and 3 nights, give or take.
3 nights at sea, huh? I hope Star can handle it. With January 2000 our side, tensions may be high. Well, nothing to do but move forward.
Jolly good. Rest assured I'll get us through these ways to Virga Island, gently as can be. Looks like it's doing okay so far, doesn't it? It's actually a lot smoother than running about on land.
It's actually moving. A fine effort.
Was it ever in doubt? You're the master at the helm, my dear.
Virga Island, eh? Well, I can say it's wholly foreign to me.
It looks like it's foreign to everybody. No one's been there.
Tis a land within an archipelago where many Mustari live. I've heard their faith involves a special maiden of some kind.
How have they managed to avoid the church's influence? I doubt they've the manpower or arms to fend off the crown theocracy.
They've got the sea by the looks of it, Heismay. That seems to be the big departure for now. And I would have definitely had doubts as well, because it's a big conversion job. To take something designed to go on land and add the buoyancy to go on water is not easy. Watch when Top Gear tried to make amphibious cars with proof of that one.
There's something there that could overturn history, as the Sanctists tell it. Something so damning they couldn't even afford their soldiers seeing it.
Yes, what's hidden over there, people? It's something really forbidden. The novel 1984 by George Orwell.
So the rumors say, at least. Might just be a conspiracy theory.
As for this dragon god's lance, we shall need to negotiate.
If negotiations are even on the table.
That's exactly the problem, Stroll.
Ugh, why all the fuss? Just kill him and take it.
Really?
Nothing else works, yeah. Keep it simple.
It's always kill, kill, kill with you two.
Hey, Lord Luis's orders. Don't need to tell you, do I?
Yet you'd impugn Count Luis's reputation with wanton massacre. Simple, was it?
Ugh, give it a rest. Are we there yet?
Oh, look at the boredom on Basilio's face. He's like, ugh.
Hard to talk strategy with those two hanging around.
Then don't. Give him nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, feast your ears on this!
Oh, go on, battling. What are you telling the public?
The elder boy candidate seems to have crossed the channel to the island! On a gauntlet runner, too!
Is he all right? They say the waters are clear amongst us now, but...
If he made it, that means my husband can go out fishing again, doesn't it?
We've barely set off. We've got another 4 days. You're celebrating very early.
I have to say, I expected at least one daredevil to try ploughing straight through the inner sea, but I never thought it'd be that boy.
That's the same lad who exposed that lady from Martira, isn't it? He's not bad.
The Virga Island's infamous people. Treacherous! Even the Crown Theocracy struggled with them for years. So how will this shake out? The festivities have just begun.
The festivities have just begun, people.
The Gauntlet Runner takes to the water in its new form, setting out to the wide open sea. Their destination, Virga Island, an enigmatic foreign land that not even the long arm of Sanctism can reach. Not all present now would count themselves as allies. Will this prove difficult, or something else entirely?
And so here we are.
Nura speaking.
Come in! Eurus's voice is echoing out of the runner phone. Heisman's got his fishing gear laid on the deck. If you're keen on learning, ask him. Can't promise I'll stop if you slip overboard, though, so be careful. Yeah, so sometimes leaves fishing gear on deck, which you can use to fish. Seriously, there had to be a fishing game. 3 days to arrive at Virga Island, I think.
Having Gina and those brothers around certainly made the Gauntlet Runner livelier.
I can raise a stat with Hulkenberg. I'm not sure which one it is, so I'll quickly, or I can look to try and do it. Ah, it's Wisdom. So Wisdom would go up. Courage is near the top on that one. Let's hear from...
I thought I finally got used to the runner's motion. But where's our holy beast?
I'd rather not look pathetic than those two brothers. I'm afraid there's no helping it now.
Seriously?
I was wondering what sort of rubbish excuse of a ship I'd find. Well, got to admit, the insides are impressive, compared to the rest of it at least. Right, let's quickly... Let's do cooking, which I don't want to do just yet. I don't want to get harassed. On the back deck. The bath is here. Yes, check it out. There we are. We are officially all at sea. Let's go up to the deck. Let's check it out. So we got Juna and then Heismay can teach us to fish. I think we're going to have to learn to do it, aren't we? Meanwhile, yep, so went fishing. Everybody went fishing or did some laundry or something else.
The sea breeze is perfect until you smell the fish. And I feel your hair. I'm quite ready to make a landfall, actually.
I need to decide on a voice for her. I really do. Even moving at such speed, it looks like it still catch fish. No idea how that works. Perhaps they're drawn by the runner's magma crystals, or perhaps they're curious. Either way, I certainly won't wait for entertainment on the way to the island. Well, I think we're going to have to do it. We're going to have to check this out. We're going to have to see what the fishing game is like, people. It's not a JRPG unless you go fishing, is it?
Oh, jeez.
Isn't this Heismay's fishing gear? I wonder if he's going to do some fishing. We can catch some fish we can use in the cook. Want to fish for a bit?
Understood.
Okay, I'll go get Heismay.
Yeah, Estelle will be pleased. Indeed, I thought I'd do some fishing, but I don't have a good bait. Do you have anything that might work? Worm bait, I see. This should do fine. Is it an actual minigame? Maybe it's all the staring at the water, but it's starting to feel queasy. I suppose I'll give it a try.
The fight is on.
What? A bite! It's a strong one, but I'm stronger!
A fearsome one.
Oh, look at that! Well, I never. We've outdone ourselves, lad. We got a limp goldfish and 2 queens honey jar.
Here we go.
Tension and strategy lurk beneath the surface of calm. That's what makes fishing such a beloved pastime. The results hardly matter. In fact, don't bother asking how many I've caught. Well, as much as I hate to say it, I think it's about time we call it a day. Heismay and I gathered our gear and went back inside.
As the sun
So again, Estelle will be pleased, because that's exactly how Trails in the Sky works. We've got fish for cooking.
The gauntlet runner reaches the shore, lurking below the surface. In the black and fathomless deep are the eager eyes of predatory hunters. But the party, safe inside their gauntlet runner, relaxes from the burdens of their voyage, gazing out over calm waters.
We're at the Shoal Camp.
We'll arrive 3 days from now. We're being watched, so be careful what you say.
So our comrades are start by doing something with Lady Juna. I was hoping that Hulkenberg would give me her next part of her follower rank.
The ocean breeze really gorgeous, isn't it? Oh, do you want to ask me something? That's not like it's important to say. Maybe we can check in once we're back in town.
Yeah, so there's nothing there. So I can, in fact, apart from it's choose your fate, they're all the same.
What?
I don't anticipate any monster attacks like I would see on land, but you never know. I best keep the emergency lights on just in case. And let's be honest, no run-of-the-mill monster could possibly capsize my sea runner.
Got it.
You think I'm going to tap my eyes off you just because it's past sundown? Think again. You want to try something? Go ahead. See what happens. Count Luis won't be asking me to justify myself. We clear. Whatever, whatever. I admit, I was half thinking this dinky little Jolner runner was going to sink any second. We did a decent job running today. And out of all the candidates runners, this one's pretty fast for what it is, yeah. Not that I set one foot on it without Lady Juna being here. It's like, Fidelio, I'm not afraid of you. And yes, actually, even true. More loot. We want to get as much loot as we can.
Oh my.
Oh, if it isn't Flynn. I'm so bored. And I'm just not in the mood to sing. It sure would be nice to have someone to talk to.
By recalling the past and planning for the future with Juna, maybe I can hold my imagination. Oh, why not?
So, now we have to find the Mistari tribe's living divine relic. Isn't that fabulous? Calling this an absurd demand would be an understatement. But I must admit, if we can't handle this, then Louis will never acknowledge us. We absolutely must succeed.
Go on. I'm gonna go with the enthusiastic one. I don't want to suck up to her.
All right.
Let's get out there and do some relic hunting.
Aren't you the happy warrior? So enthusiastic in the face of long gods. I'm glad we're on the same page here. I'm just happy to have this opportunity to fight alongside you. Living under Luis's foot was a lonely place to be, you know. I felt my ground with Sar. Though if I'm honest, I was scared the whole time. I had to talk myself into keeping a stiff upper lip, so to say.
What?
But being past that, I feel more hope than I ever have. I'm not alone anymore. I have faith that we'll save the prince.
I felt my imagination increase as Juna and I talked about things to come.
Right.
Yay, a big boost. Wow. We got a 5. No, I've never had that before.
Staying up late is terrible for your skin. But seeing as we're already at it, why don't we chat a bit longer?
Juna and I talked for a while.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Oh, goodness.
Ugh, this mugginess is my worst enemy. I don't mind the ocean, but being at sea makes my hair 10 times harder to manage.
Sure.
I know exactly what you mean. The sunny air makes it so much worse. Hey, Hulkenberg, what do you do with your hair at sea?
Yes.
I find that sweat build up by swinging a weapon quickly relieves one of concern over such trifling matters. Speaking of, would you care to spar, Juna?
Oh, I don't think so. I'm quite the wrong person for that. In fact, I'll tell you what, if I find anyone to help comb out these knots, I'll see if I can find you a sparring partner.
And immediately both Flynn and Stroll are like, nope, not me. 2 more days to be able to search for that lance.
They say the island is barbaric, but I wonder what it'd be really like.
Watch it be a really nice, really cultured world. Kind of like somewhere like, say, Whitby in the UK. Or Munich in Germany. Somewhere that's old, but in the best way possible. Ugh. The salt wind is getting into my fur. I hate it. He might have been voluntold, but I'm in command. I can go and hang with Stroll if I want to. Oh, what do you want?
You got a pretty good kitchen here.
Not as nice as Lewis's, but I'm sure I could still get a halfway decent meal going. Interesting. Can I cook with him? That could be entertaining. That could be interesting. But before I do that, I'm going to see what everybody else is up to. Oh, there's Hulkenberg playing games with Basilio. Interesting.
We just finished a game. 'Twas most illuminating. Assigned watchdog or no, it does us both good to sharpen our tactics together.
Figured you lot won't be much use in a fight, but you're better than you look. Suppose your former knights are good for more than grandstanding and pretentious speeches. Yes, you just got schooled by Hulkenberg. Yes, there's more fishing if we want to. But I'm half tempted to raise my courage stat with Stroll. And there's Juna, hiding there.
Found these cramped sleeping arrangements amusing at first, but the novelty wears off fast. I keep hearing things at night too, and I don't know what it is.
If you're hearing things at night, it's probably me snoring. No, I didn't want that. I didn't want that. No, no, no.
Let's see.
I wonder where we were at right now.
We're over the middle of the ocean, so it's no good. Right, Stroll. Hey, Flynn, good timing. I was about to do some maintenance on my weapons. If you got the time, why not join me? It's as refreshing for the mind as it is for battles.
Do you want to your weapons with Stroll?
Now then.
Right, let's have a look at your blade then. I spent some time with Stroll honing our weapons.
All right.
An automatic 4 notes for it. Pretty cool.
Come look at this.
Ahoy! You lot aren't going to believe the viewing you've seen outside. I'm hitting the brakes.
The gauntlet runner halts at a sandy hollow that suddenly arises from the sea. The towering seawall. It is not an island or a reef, but a mass of sand expanding below sea level. There is no sign of a water flow. There are many places in Oceania where the laws of nature fail, but here it is especially evident. The surface drops as though it were gouged out. Still, best not to be distracted by the spectacular. Monsters roam the deep, and tales of people being dragged below are not uncommon.
Yep, so it could be quicksand, basically. Let's see it. Wow, that's different.
Incredible!
Wow! The sea's been split in two, and we're standing on the sea floor.
Must resist a huge spoiler for another game. Must not talk of it. This is what modular anomalies are capable of. It's the same principle that maintains the water sphere in Brylehaven. But by Jove, this is on a whole other level entirely.
Oi.
Del, are you sure about all this? The water ain't about to come down on us, is it?
Lad.
Do you know how to swim, Basilio? Listen, mate, you best keep your nose out of places where it doesn't belong.
Look, there's fish swimming in a wall of water. I've never seen such shiny fish.
Huh?
Hulkenberg, what are you doing?
Enough.
You're not thinking of spear fishing through the seawall, are you? I was merely considering how it's secure today's allotment of rations.
She'd eat these weird-looking fish without second thought.
I suspect that weird luminescence is a defense mechanism. They gather together in depths and shine off ward predators.
Huh.
So weaklings that they are, they travel together in a group. Who does that remind you of? Must you sling bombs at every opportunity? It's exhausting. Besides, it's only natural for those lower on the food chain to seek advantages to compensate for weakness.
Huh?
I say, those shiny scars work as excellent dyes. Hulkenberg, my girl, be sure to catch some extra. I'll need a few specimens to dissect.
That is well.
As you wish. I shall catch enough that we should all dine well. And of course, yeah, of course she's going for the fishing. I would rather you didn't. The supplies we receive in town more than meet our needs. Besides, the sky looks ominous. A storm likely approaches. I agree, Avian. It was a brilliant response, that, wasn't it?
I see.
I see. If that is the consensus, then let us head back. I feel not the least bit of regret, I assure you.
Let's go.
He's got a point. The seawall might even collapse in the rain. I'd rather not stay and find out.
Can't you say this unexpected view has broadened my wisdom?
All right.
There we go. Some free bonus points to our wisdom as well, which is nice.
Here.
And here you go, lad. A drawing of the seawall. I made sure that the glowing fish were depicted as true to life as my hand allows. Nice one. I'll give that to Maria. Next time I see Maria.
As the water sparkling in the setting sun begins to lose the light shimmer, the gauntlet runner reaches the calm surface of the reef. Yet the day draws to an end, and all are left to wonder how to spend the evening hours.
Well, if it's stormy, we're all going to be inside, surely.
What terrible rain. It will be a storm soon enough. Can this vessel withstand it?
It's doing better than me, at least.
And Stroll.
Suppose we do owe Forden, if only because he handled that sea monster. Closure, etc.
Why does everyone believe that he did it?
Did we hit a rock out there or something? back in a mo. I'll go sneak a look outside.
Those fool brothers are still abed, even in this tempest. Bloody Parapus. Almost makes one envy them.
That reminds me, when I was in Japan years ago, I managed to sleep through a 7 on the Richter scale earthquake. I woke up the morning afterwards and everyone was like, "Are you alright, mate?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why?" "There was a massive earthquake last night," and I'm like, "Oh." Anyway.
Right, I heard. You aren't too fond of the Parapus. They both had horrible upbringings, those two. But they really do have kind hearts behind the glares. They've risked their lives for mine countless times.
Ah, yes, Avian. I wonder if that's going to happen next.
One time, I asked what I could do to repay them, and they came over all red-faced. "We'd like to hear you sing, Lady Juna. Your voice is awful pretty, Lady Juna."
Is this a joke to you? You think an outcast Ujeef is in no position to speak ill of the Paripus?
Ooh, Heismay's annoyed. Heismay's not happy. And I get the feeling at least one of them will. I don't know which one, but I get the feeling one of them will. I'm not sure they both will, Avian.
What? No, I didn't mean...
Bloody hell, how does anyone sleep on this old bucket? You feel that shaking earlier? Huh? Could cut the air in here with a knife. What were you two on about? About tomorrow's supper. You're a terrible liar, you know that.
It's a joke, you
We
idiot.
don't have to keep dancing around it, do we, Del? Why can't we be straight with him? Just come out with it, yeah? Tell him you still ain't sure that stuff with Glottel was on the level.
Oh, well, at least we've now got it out in the open in the middle of a storm.
If even we're suspicious, there's no way Lord Luis hasn't worked it out already. Not that it matters to me, anyway. Still, I had to make sure, see for myself whether Lady Juna is on our side or not.
Come on, you two.
Yeah.
Ah! Something's out there! Look outside! It's a monster! A great briny beast! Everyone to the deck, quick!
Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to happen.
What's happening?
Our prep.
Head to the deck once you're prepared. Ah, right, we get to prepare. Okay. Before we do this then... Well, so all my characters are on the level, but I want to be careful. Right, Samurai's probably not going to be a good idea here. It's in the middle of a storm, and it's on water, so it's either going to be wind or electricity. Unfortunately, he's not got Thunder Blade at the moment, so that's not going to help. Whereas... Nope, Swordmaster's not got anything, neither's that. Knight is more a shield one. Brawler, not sure that's going to help. Having him with Commander so that he can be on the back row using our... That's probably the one I'll use. I'll use Commander for now.
I shall rule the battlefield.
Meanwhile, you're on Magic Knight at the moment. So I have no idea what the actual things are going to be. So no, I say it's most likely to be electricity being the big thing. So I'm after to take a gamble and put not you, but Flynn on Wizard, because Wizard has access to a very good lightning move. Jump him on the back row so he can defend.
I'll show you the essence of truth.
That could be good. I'm not risking Juna, she's too low level. And again, I'd have to mess around with her. I want to use her in general battles. I don't want to use her now. You're on Gunner. Status magic. Could be useful, potentially. What else have you got? Thief, Assassin, Healer, and Brawler. I mean, healer could be good for the back row. Just to keep us alive. Or I could go with Assassin where we've got some different moves. I'm gonna go with Assassin.
Huh. Perhaps this suits me best.
Worst case scenario is this does not work and we get obliterated. Let's find out. Oh, we got an anime scene. It's the Kraken.
What is that thing?
And he's been dragged overboard. Ah, Flynn's grabbed him.
What the hell are you doing? This is supposed to be you helping those in need. Oi, tell!
Now! Hurry!
You alright, Del? You realize this changes nothing. We're still...
About to deal with the Kraken, so shut the fuck up.
Is that a human?
Don't charge straight at it. We've got the arms. We'll clear him out of the way.
Got it. If we don't kill the thing, we're all sunk.
Don't get used to it.
Yeah!
Come on over there!
Now's our chance!
Oh, we didn't get the old peril
We'll slice
thing.
up some more of the bastard's legs, stick to the body, and take out what limbs you can. I don't know about you, but I'm not dying today. Let's get this over with.
If this keeps up, the runner's wrecked.
Yeah, so to switch our party members in battle, press L1 to access, and you can switch. And yeah, so you can actually switch on the fly as well, which is kind of useful.
Come forth, Royal Soul. Roar!
You hit their weakness.
I had a feeling that might be his weakness. I just had a feeling.
Be ready for anything.
Oh, I've got Juna in my pie when I didn't want her in my party. That's annoying.
I'll give you the performance of a lifetime. Come on, help me out.
Hellfire dance. Let's give it a try. It gives 1 week time weakness to fire and ignores resistances.
Let my power support you.
Going for the weak spot. Great job, Juna. Now
That could be useful.
Magic Knight.
Get an extra turn by hitting it. Or all of them are as well. Or what I can do is go for Rakakaja.
We'll protect you.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's kind of powerful. Say the
Take out some legs. That'll mean less cracks, right?
yeah, that's a good idea. So first of all, let's use the fire magic.
I can't afford to hold back.
Come on!
Medium fire damage to all enemies.
Missed. Keep it up, Stroll.
Oh, one miss. That's annoying.
Over soon enough. I'll leave this to
I
you.
won't fail you.
Observe the enemy for all that we strive for. A mystic shield.
I owe you.
Blunder.
Yep, the old Rakukaja made all the difference there.
Come forth, Royal Soul.
Now, what's the plan?
Burn to ash!
Right on target!
Be neither all power of kings.
Nice.
Rancor.
Oh, that was very powerful. That did a load of damage to him.
Power of heroes! I'll run you through! Lightning!
And there you go. And I agree, Adrian, that was an amazing scene, wasn't it? Good experience. We got the Saberus Sucker as well for that. That was an awesome fight.
We overcame it somehow.
I think the big MVP there was when as Hulkenberg I used Tatrakan on Stroll to repel the attacks.
I can't believe this! There are still monsters out here! Forden lied! He lied to everybody!
Gallica, why are you surprised?
Either he lied, or he didn't know. Maybe the humans are spreading faster than anyone expected.
Oh, first time we've seen you lot really cut loose. That sure was magic, even with no igniters. Guess that's the kind of power that kills humans. And you can do it too, Lady Juna.
Well, I picked it up from him. You know I've a knack for improvising, love. But we'd never have gotten through this without you two helping us. Thank you.
Of course, my lady.
You too, Fidelio.
Oh, God.
Don't mention it. Wouldn't have survived otherwise.
Yeah. Carry on being a tsundere.
Wait, something's amiss. I still hear water flowing, but it's coming from inside the runner.
Have we sprung a leak?
Blast! We're dipping awfully low. Getting a bit soggy in here, chums.
Hold on, we're sinking! You've got to be kidding!
Bail the water! You two, help us!
What? You can't just order us... Oh, this bloody rust buckets!
To be fair, this bloody rust bucket just had a Kraken attack it, dude. I don't think it was designed to withstand an impact from a Kraken.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
That was a long day yesterday, huh? I'm glad that we lived to see another morning.
I am very happy we survived and still afloat. But after bathing all that water out, 'twould seem that my poor back was a casualty of the incident. You really came through in a pinch, I must say. It's all thanks to you, my dear girl. It's well and safe. We must repay those old bone of yours for your sterling service.
You're right.
Too true. Maybe a day off would get those brothers to lighten up a bit too. So how about it, darlings? Let's take a day to relax and watch the ocean.
Oh, we got a day off. Yes, we're getting closer to friendship.
We should arrive at the island tomorrow.
Come on.
We managed to defeat the monster, so why not thank everyone, rabbits? In times like this, people tend to open up more.
Which might mean that we've got some confidants available. And if that's the case, I might be able to carry Hulkenbergs on. I must say, I was there thinking I don't want Juna in the battle, but that ability to make it weak to fire made a big difference in the end.
You'd only fixed that hole in the runner.
Thought we were sunk there for sure.
Ugh, how long you been there for? Well, whatever. Good thing we managed to pull things off yesterday, eh?
It still seems defensive as usual. Now might be a chance to improve things with him a little. Oh. I'm interested. I'm gonna do it, screw it.
So, with me, even though I'm here to keep you in line. Yeah, sure. Well, let's go topside with your pain if Del saw.
Sam?
Got nothing to say here. Del says I'm gonna keep my trap shut around you unless I got something worth talking about. Oh, well. Actually, there is one thing. Thanks for saving my brother. Couldn't let that go unsaid. Still, it's a real miracle. This is some weird ship.
What the?
I mean, why the hell's it so small? It keeps shaking and creaking like it's about to fall apart. With a bigger craft, you could have just rammed into the sea beast dead on, eh?
Maybe.
I mean, be fair. Are we even going to make it to Virga Island?
Got it.
It'll be fine. Yeah, probably. What do you mean, probably? Lord Lewis's run is nothing like this one. Even when it's flying, it's smooth as you like. And I can flop down on the beds and sprawl out easy. Not so much on this ship. Heard stories from some sailor lads. These seas are connected to hell, they say. Sounded like superstitious talk to me. But there was that monster yesterday, and that wave. See those white crested waves out there in the distance? Bet that means the ocean current's gotta be swirling up a storm out there, yeah? It's a portal to hell, gotta be. And that means monsters are probably crawling out there even now. That'd give any man the shivers. Ugh, should have done more swimming practice. Del warned me, and he's always right about this sort of thing.
Well...
You really seem to trust your brother a lot.
Yeah.
Well, Del's the boss here. You keep your mouth shut about me being scared of the ocean, got it?
Yeah.
This ain't a bribe to shut you up or anything, but here, take it if you like. It's a parapet's charm. Oh, white sun rose, nice. People say it's a good thing to have on you. Everyone from my hometown could tell you that. Well, this one's just a novelty shop knockoff course. Used to have the real one, but lost track of it after some fight. Del gave it to me when I was younger. It was smaller than that one. I can still remember how happy I was to get it. Crap, ran my mouth. Aren't we making camp soon?
Hey.
And not one word of this to Del. Not about the charm, not about me. You step out of line and go straight to Lord Luis. That was a surprisingly charming scene, actually.
As the clear surface gives way to the glass,
and we got loot from it. I'm curious as to what that does. Sounds like a piece of equipment, and the fact it was gold-coloured makes it seem like it could be quite rare.
That does not sway them at its whims.
I've no idea what it does. I'll find out when I get the chance to control my party. Yep, here we are at camp.
What to pick?
So arrivals tomorrow.
Phew, we finally done spending our nights at sea.
Yes, we are. Now, I've got all the equipment. I've currently got the polarity magnet that prevents paralysis. Oh, all stats plus 5. Yes, please. I will have that. That was worth the chat. That was worth the conversation. That is an excellent piece of loot. Plus 5 to all stats. Do not mind if I do. Right, so we've got Lady Juna and we've got Hulkenberg. Ah, there's Fidelio. We'll be getting Varga Island tomorrow, yeah. You say you want to be useful to Count Luis, then you better put in the work. And remember, we'll be watching. Interesting, there's nobody here. What about down? Is there anyone in the back corridor? Ah, there's Stroll, who I can get my imagination up with. And in the kitchen, we've got Basilio again.
Come on.
Don't much like the sea at night. There's no knowing which way the waves are coming from. And when I think about falling in accidentally, ugh. Yeah. I mean, people think it's a big joke to fall in the sea, but it's actually not. It can be really, really, really effing dangerous. What's time with Stroll? Hey, are you looking for something to do? My weapons are as sharp as they're going to get, and I'm not up to much. Care to keep me company for a while? Let's close the imagination, let's go for it. We have to retrieve the Mistari Divine Relic. all while two of Lewis's underlings scrutinize our every move. We put ourselves in a difficult situation this time. It'd be one thing if we could simply offer a bribe, or talk some sense into them. But those brothers have died and the world devotees for Luis. As far as I can tell, they genuinely see Luis as some sort of hero. What do you make of our dear Count?
Right. Plain and simple. He's a thief who's now attempting to steal the throne.
Yeah.
Right. His military might may be enough to win over some people, but what he's doing now is better than no common theft. Before all else, he is a vicious despot who kills all who oppose him. Whatever your definition of hero may be, there's no doubt that he's the furthest thing from it. Ever since I awakened to this power, there's something I've come to feel very strongly about.
That's...
Power isn't just for rejecting and destroying things that already exist. It's the building a tomorrow that's better than today. That's the real proper change people are longing for. A fraud pretending to be a hero like Luis can't be what they're looking for, right? Still when I talked about things to come, I feel like my imagination increased.
Alright.
Nice. More imagination is good. You're not going to sleep yet, are you? Come, chat with me some more. And we got some more Magla. Not that we need it.
And the age of a new king draws nearer.
We are very, well, rich on mag. And on mirror as well.
Luis has sent an emissary to Verga Island.
Yes, there's Fordham.
As reported by a crier. It's the elder boy who brought Joanna to the judging.
So he stands with Luis then. No doubt he seeks Dracodias.
A gambit to steal the public's gaze, perhaps. Taking a prize from the only land beyond the church's reach. Laughable. The reason we leave those barbarians alone is that we've nothing to gain from them.
Fordham's not convinced.
Your Eminence?
Merely a passing thought.
Let him chase the lance. It changes nothing. With the dawn of Saint's Day, your Eminence's authority will be unshakable as the mountains.
As long as we tell the public that these divine relics truly originated in Sanctism, yes, that should do. The candidates gathered at the Saint's Day Festival will be under the protection of the King's magic. Some of them may use that as a shield to sow violence and discord.
I am aware, Your Eminence. Please, leave everything to your humble servant.
Oh-ho!
And so our long sojourn at sea will come to an end today. We should arrive around noontime, but we must make preparations for the berth beforehand.
Seems like the weather will be hot and humid. I'd like to hope we could just pop in, get the lance, and pop right back out.
I'd be lying if I didn't wish the same, but we'd best prepare for a long stay. This island is infamously insular and closed off. Our welcome will not be a warm one.
Then...
Maybe I should take a nice cold shower before we arrive. We don't even know if there'll be real inns there for us to stay in.
Narrowly escaping the threat of the sea monster, the party rides the currents of the inland sea to their destination, Verga Island. Verga is a word given to the island by the mainland, meaning uncivilized. But its inhabitants give this name no purchase. Put another way, we are trespassers from a country that has unilaterally regarded the islanders as heretics. To forget this is to invite pointless conflict, as though it knows it is unwelcome. The gauntlet runner glides silently onto the island's less populated rear shore.
Well, we're going to have to introduce ourselves. Someone's going to find the gauntlet runner.
I can't take this heat. It's enough to cook a man alive.
Makes you think of, like, Bangkok, this. You know, like Thailand.
All my air fur is stuck together.
Do we really have to go this way? There was a beautiful beach just over there.
Chin up now, my lady. Easy to get a good backstab when you're coming up behind him, see?
There will be no stabbing, back or otherwise. Honestly.
It's at least true that coming at them head-on would only alarm them. First, we need to find out where this lance is.
Well, somewhere to do with a gigantic dragon, so I'm expecting to find the biggest mountain.
You can bet the runner won't be spotted here, eh? Got the wide ocean on all sides.
Apart from the side where the trees are.
The old girl's not exactly unscathed from the beastie's clutches, so I'll stay back for a spot of repairs. Good luck on the lance hunt, what?
Who's there?
Voice from within.
Are you from the outside?
Oh, someone's telepathically contacting us.
What's wrong?
I thought I heard a voice.
A voice? Whose?
All that salt air gets your head. Our chances out here already aren't looking too good.
So, how do we find this lance?
Ideally, we blend in with the locals, gather information. But if they really are all Mustari, that might be a bit tricky. Let's see. To start with, we could try staying hidden and observing the village from afar.
I don't think it's gonna work. They know we're here.
Sounds like a right hustle. How many days would you have us playing hide and seek?
Fair point. How long can we actually stay on this island?
As long as we need to.
Well, given the deadline for arriving in Altabri, it would be best to get the lance and leave by September the 5th.
September 5th,
The
okay.
sooner we're out of here, the better. Let's go.
Hey, does this place look familiar to you?
We may be a bit lost.
You're kidding! We can't afford to get lost on some godforsaken island! This is a disaster! Oh, I'm sweating through my outfit. And these weird bugs. I've had enough!
Oh no.
What'd I give for a snack? And a cold tub to dunk me head in.
Need you voice every little complaint? You are not the only ones enduring this trek.
Quiet a moment.
Yep, Heismay
Running
here.
water nearby. Sounds like an open space. Could be a natural spring of some kind.
What? Really? Let's head that way.
Phew. I suppose we might as well if we're lost.
If being the key word. Oh, here we go.
Oh! It's drinkable. Much clearer than the capital's water, too.
Oh, brilliant. I could use a dip to get the salt off me.
On.
Kai.
Who are you? Can you hear me? Then surely you must be a messenger of the dragon god.
Not quite, no.
Something amiss.
I'm imagining things.
And now she... Oh no. It's the Maiden of the Waters.
Could it be a villager?
You must be the...
And she's got 3 eyes.
Hmm?
Why are you going for your swords?
Let's go.
Mainlanders, you're not of this island!
Wait, listen!
Seize them!
Oh. Gallica, you could have moved. You're the smallest one. Oh well.
Behave yourselves. Now, you're a candidate for the throne, are you not? Here to steal Dracodias, no doubt. And not content with that, you befouled the priestess's cleansing pool.
I love actually, if you actually look carefully, you can actually see they've even made tiny little ropes for Gallica. Even Gallica's been tied up. I think that's so funny.
We need hear nothing further. You shall all be executed.
Mitsuru, is that you?
Fastest trial I've had.
Heismay's not wrong.
Calm down. First off, you can't kill a candidate. Have you not heard of the king's magic?
You beg for your life in vain, wretch.
Hail, I'm told the priestess is ready.
Accept your fate. You're not getting out either way.
So I
What
like
do
the
we do
fact
now?
there's not much
It
we can
seems the
do.
brothers have fled. Perhaps they've gone to report to Neurus.
No.
I doubt it. Those thugs are here for the lance alone. They care nothing for us.
Well, we shall find out.
We can work with that. Can't return without the lance anyway. But I'd rather see if we can break ourselves out instead of counting on them to save us.
By the way, anyone else find it strange that they recognized a candidate at a glance? I wasn't expecting news to travel this far.
Agreed, Stroll. That's what caught my attention.
Probably my fault, I'm afraid. They had a lot of questions, and they weren't gentle about asking. Well,
what are you
fancy
doing
meeting
here?
You here?
How did you get here before us? How did you get here before us, Balin?
You're that Sanctus crier.
I was hoping the word of the Crown Theocracy might be worth something here. Turns out, they prefer chains to questions.
But why are you here?
And how are you here? How did you beat us? Because you announced our departure. So how did you get here? Who are you? There's no way you beat us on a gauntlet and you don't have one.
Why else? I heard some helpless, boneheaded twit of a candidate crossed the waters to Verga Island, so I naturally had to follow.
So how did you get here first?
I'd thought stowing away on that Mustari candidate ship might get me safely on the island, and, well...
I don't buy it. Don't buy it for a second.
And now who's the helpless twit? This is ridiculous. Why would a crier go to such lengths anyway?
He's the Chaos Rep. I'm certain of it.
Seemed as good an opportunity as any. I wanted a peek behind the Sanctus curtain, see what the truth really is. For now, we may as well be patient. You'll have your opening soon enough. The people here, well, you'll find they aren't as monolithic as they'd like.
Well, Bill, does he mean by that? They've definitely taken like an influence from like Mayan.
Have you heard? The Sanctus Church has ordered its adherents to seize all divine relics.
Those zealots go too far. Surely this must be the reason for the Dragon God's wrath.
Don't be alarmed, everyone. Please remain calm.
And now Edney's taken his helmet off, and that's why they have helmets, because of the three eyes. Which is actually, I don't know if this is intentional, but is a complete trait of a race known as the Sanjian. If you ever watched an anime from the 1990s called 3x3 Eyes, which is an awesome anime, by the way. It only had like 5 episodes. It was more like a mini-series than anything. Really, really good. I was an avid fan back in the day. So, I doubt it's where it's got it from, but it immediately makes me think of that.
Master Adeni.
There are trespassers upon our island, from ships other than the trade vessels. But we have already captured them. Reportedly, one is a candidate, and one is a crier from the Sanctus Church. They seek Dracodios, the lance of the Dragon God. Until now, the Church has hesitated to intrude in our homeland. We can only assume they are making their move.
But we're not affiliated with the Church.
I knew it. They think they're untouchable. No offense is beneath them.
That damned Borden. He's not just after our relics. He would silence us forever.
Master Adeni, put them to death! Let us see justice served!
Wait! Our captives have done nothing to hurt any of the islanders.
Why do you hesitate? If they would pervert our dearest beliefs, then they deserve only to be sacrificed. Our livestock are all maddened by disease, our seas are infested with grotesque horrors, and now even our fields lie dead and fallow. The Dragon God must be appeased, else we shall never survive his wrath.
Yeah, these are definitely based on the Welsh.
Our way since time immemorial. When disaster strikes, we offer a sacrifice to the Dragon God that he might ease our woes. It is the most basic of our teachings.
Yeah, so the Welsh obviously have the dragon as their flag. So while they don't actually sacrifice things to the dragon in Wales, from all the times I've been there, they certainly don't. There's that sense of, I think they've gone for that culture, you know, that the dragon is the core thing. And that kind of voice, very Welsh. I can't do a very good one, but for those of you who've heard a proper Welsh accent, you can pick up the twinge.
Everyone calm down. All this talk of justice, of sacrifice.
He's oddly enough not got one, but all the background NPCs do.
Master Adeni, would you see us repeat the tragedy of the past? With all respect, you abandoned your chase for the throne. You returned to your rightful home. Surely you have accepted that our traditions are the only way. Because of your indecision. Because you vaulted in your faith to the dragon god. Your father and mother both.
I will have silence.
Oh, that's a wound. Mother and father. We got a weakness.
Master Adeni, please. The sacrifice. We cannot simply suffer in silence.
My brother, do not fear.
Yep, she's the one who detected us.
I have just purified myself for the spring. I'm ready to serve as our people's sacrifice.
No, that's not how it works.
Yufa.
I am a priestess. I have known from birth that my life's greatest impact would be as an offering to the dragon god. Indeed, it brings me great pride. I can serve my village in a way the priestesses in times of peace could not.
That's ridiculous. No, seriously, that's ridiculous.
If our island might be saved, I will gladly give my life for it.
Yeah, but it won't. That's idiotic. That's not going to help.
Oh, bless you, Priestess Yufa. We will not forget your sacrifice.
Oh, wow. You're a piece of shit.
This will surely appease the dragon god. You are our last hope.
And you're a dumb arsehole.
Priestess Yufa, our salvation, our future.
Not if she's dead.
Prepare the ship. I will accompany her to the altar in the Dragon Temple, where Dracodios rests.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, we're going on a rescue mission, people. That's what's happening here. Make sure we don't have anyone weak to fire. Ideally have some ice spells and go from there.
You catch that? The Dragon Temple. Sounds like that's where we'll find our lands.
How has no one seen them? I can understand Fidelio, he's kind of hidden behind the rock, but there's no way Basilio can't be seen.
I did a bit of reading on Virga Island once. Army reports say it's surrounded by an archipelago, otherwise uninhabited, and one of them islands is nothing but a massive temple.
Not another soul on them. Strange lot, these pagans. Gotta be bloody stupid to build your big important temple out where nobody can get to it.
Could be. Or maybe they weren't the ones who built it. Either way, we'll need a ship.
Sounds like we better hurry and bail our new crewmates out. All this stink in the square probably means less guards on duty.
Ugh.
Come on, Del, we can't leave him high and dry. The fair lady Juna likes him, don't she?
And the fair lady's the only one we have to rescue.
Awful cold, Del.
Not getting attached now, are you? You knew going in they might be our traitors. Look, you want to work together, then let me do the thinking, right? I've got all this under control. Oh.
Hey, Del, you're not still hurting from the sea battle, are you?
I'm fine. We'll wait till nightfall. Shadowy business, all this.
Assuming they don't try and take us to the gallows beforehand, mate.
Lady Juna. Let's get those bindings off. Easy does it now.
Yeah, same letter was grabbed, poisoned, yeah.
Calm down, you amateurs.
Oh, thanks. I'd hoped you'd come back for us.
What do you mean, us?
We know where the lance is. Let's move.
Wait, aren't you going to untie the others?
We're your bodyguards, not theirs.
What? Since when do you follow orders to the letter?
I've already told you we can't trust these people, and now it's clear we can't even trust them to protect you.
He did a fine enough job saving your life out at sea.
Del!
He's one of us now. Lord Luis gave him direct personal orders, and you'd still leave him to die. I promised Lord Luis I'd keep an eye on him too. If you get him killed, I'm the one who's failed.
Yup.
Hear, hear. 3 appropriately stealthy cheers for cooperation. And I'd be very much obliged if some generous spirit could get me untied too.
You got us in this mess in the first place. You shut your mouth.
Ugh. Better to let a church leech rot. You're annoying, and you talk too much.
Fidelio, don't steal my lines.
Haha, I get that a lot. Funny thing though, I get more chatty the more distress I'm in, and I'm quite beside myself here.
In other words, let me out or I'm going to start yattering and alert the guards.
We could just shut him up permanently.
That's one solution.
No, Del. We don't want to leave a mess. If things get dicey, we've got some meat shields at the least, eh? Gonna need all the manpower we can get if we want that lance.
That's got his attention.
Is the lance somewhere dangerous?
Well, about that. Turns out this dragon god might be a bit more real than we thought. And more bent out of shape.
He'll be a human.
They're sacrificing some village lass to it, and the crowd was scared stiff besides. We can't rule out that this dragon's more than a folktale.
So we're to face a dragon? Well, that's just lovely. Untie everyone this instant. Or do you fancy better chances with fewer swords?
Oh, fine, I get it. Just give me a second. Oi, kid. Don't make me regret this.
I like the fact that they used the word kid there to substitute the name Fidelio. In Manchester, we have a phrase called "alright kid," "alright kid," which is basically like saying to someone, "Are you okay?" without saying the name. So by using kid, they're actually acknowledging the Manchester side of it, which is amazing.
Nice to be back on the team. You're completely mental, you know that. Just don't drag us down. Fine, just get over here and I'll let you loose. Oh, you're going last. Considering the size of the island, there's only the one settlement. The chief's young, too, goes by Edeni or something.
Yeah, we met him.
Edeni? Was he not the Mustari candidate we met before? I'd no idea he was this island's ruler.
He and the sacrificial maiden are headed for the temple on one of the deserted islands. That's where we find the lance. Oh, and the girl marked for death is his sister.
His own sister?
Something about appeasing the dragon god's anger. All these islanders worship it, and they say the calamities come from its fury.
Is that true?
Probably not.
Of course not. Just don't know whether all this superstition is rooted around an actual dragon or a made-up one.
More than likely it'll be a human.
Fair point. I'm curious about this Draco Dios being a divine relic myself. If it was found in that temple, then the temple's probably an ancient ruin. Might be the perfect den for a dragon.
Should this creature exist, mortal sacrifice is beyond all reason. No torment is worth taking an innocent life for.
Oh, that's rich from a fallen knight. You think nobody makes sacrifices out there in the real world? Or is all that below you, eh? You ask me, I say at least these people are doing what needs to be done.
Huh, fair enough. Though it would seem beyond the pale, it is not our scale of morality that measures them.
Yet I refuse to stand idly by while innocent lives are at stake.
I felt that coming for ages then. Sorry, peeps.
Who cares about what they do with their lives? We're here for the lance. Got enough problems without you trying to fix theirs.
These people offer up their very lives for peace. They'd only ever told me these lands were wild and uncivilized, but it's like seeing sanctism reflected in a mirror.
We'll get the spear, of course, but we won't let anyone die. That should be good enough.
And it's interesting with the use of the British for the voices of the people of this island. Of course, Britain is famously home to paganism. Before Christianity became the main dominant religion, paganism was one of the big cultural things.
We've been saying it since the beginning. We help anyone in need. No exceptions. Right, my friend?
Yeah, of course.
That settles it.
Indeed. 'Tis the path we've chosen. Let us withdraw to the Sea Runner first. It shall bear us across the waters to this temple island.
So the question is now, do I have a dungeon to crawl to get there?
Go on. Give them a chance.
Fidelio's not buying it, is he? Oh, no, it's still a cutscene. Oh, look, if it isn't. He's on his own.
Please, help my sister.
Wait, he's...
Please help my sister Yufa. The temple full of Magla.
Pull yourself together, man. So, he's barely breathing.
Did he just say Magla? I wonder what happened.
We need to get him to the Gauntlet Runner. No, tis too deep a wound for its capabilities. To the village, then.
What, are you mad? You just broke yourselves out of that damned place.
We cannot leave him to die.
I don't understand you lot.
No, this could work out for us. He's the island's chief, right? If we save his life, the whole village might come around on us.
It's a gambit.
What are you talking about? We already know where the lance is. All we have to do now is take it.
And how about this? I'll follow him because I'm assigned to keep an eye on him. And you have to keep an eye on me because you're my bodyguards, right?
Fine. Be my guest. But if it comes down to you or the lance, you know I'll have to take the lance.
Jin has been a right troll towards Fidelio, isn't she?
Whatever happens, I can't trust anyone but my family. And my Lord Luis.
Well, Batlin, looks like you'll have to repay the favor a bit earlier than expected. Go tell Neurus what's going on. To be honest, it's possible we won't make it back.
Getting a bit messy, this. Not that I mind. Consider the favor returned. The Gauntlet Runner's just further down, right?
Right. We'll carry this man back to the village. Give me a hand.
Yeah, see, Batlin's now left on his own.
Where am I?
Chief!
I'm still alive.
You're in one of my spare rooms at the inn.
You see, these people brought you here.
Wonders never cease. It's you. But you were being hunted. How did you manage to return safely?
2 of my companions acted as decoys to draw the soldiers away. That was all it took for us to sneak in.
Chief, what happened? Where is your sister?
We made it to the temple, but the air was thick with Magla. Some of the island's beasts have turned feral.
You mean the melancholia set in?
They made short work of our guards. Yufa and I were separated. I was the only one who fled to the sea.
My word. Then we need to gather more troops. If we don't act, the ritual...
No. Our soldiers cannot stand against those horrors. We'd only be sending more to their deaths.
But...
Then we can do the honors. We've our own reasons to see the lance. And such monsters do not frighten us.
Yeah, we already fought a human on the way to the island and killed it for you, so...
But there's something I need to ask you first. Assuming we find your sister, what would you have us do with her? Are we ensuring you complete the sacrificial ritual? Or are we bringing her back?
Please, bring her home. When we left for the Temple Island, I'd intended to let Yufa escape. But when I saw no fear or hesitation in her eyes, I faltered. That's when I realized. It's not just the fate of the island that we've placed on her shoulders. She's been trying to bear all our fears and anxieties. Her life is in your hands. Even if her sacrifice would save us, I don't care. Please, save her from the curse we've placed on her.
Well said. Spoken like a true leader. Leave it to us. I pledge we will see her safely returned. You've no objections, I trust, Captain?
Yes. Let's get her back.
Right. We're not in the business of abandoning people.
Right. We'll save your sister. In return, though, would you be willing to lend us Dracodios?
So be it.
What? That
That is the very symbol of our faith.
If they've the strength to overcome the Templars' trials, then they could have already taken the lance for themselves. Yet still they seek permission. I trust them. It seems like they really do believe in what they say.
But they're not like us. They're outsiders.
Flynn's an outsider everywhere.
It doesn't matter what tribe they are. They're people just like us. If the race on the mainland taught me anything, it's that.
Wait, it'll take more than a day to save her, right? Not to be morbid, but will your sister survive that long?
She knows those halls better than I do. If she's found a safe enough chamber, she can stay out of sight. And I made sure to bring food to the temple when we left. She could survive for even 4 weeks. Yufa is a priestess. She knows her life is too valuable to the ritual not to keep going. Your offenses will be pardoned. Anything you need, I'll try to provide. So please, save Yufa.
Well, glad we talked our way out of being thrown back in a cell. This place is rather cozy, especially compared to a prison.
To be free of the bugs is its own comfort.
Wait, weren't you staying in Brylehaven? What kind of rundown hovels do you board in?
Finally, we may come and go as we please. Even if we must bow to Luis's whim, we need not draw the same ire.
I know, right? But lifting the prince's curse will only be the beginning. The public has to recognize him as the rightful king too.
And that's assuming we can even break the curse.
Considering the road ahead, it might do to help as many people as we can while we hunt the lance. And ideally, keep the other candidates in check too.
All done with negotiations, are you?
I don't know what we'd do without you. It's amazing how you can lead those guards on such a long chase and turn up none the worse for wear.
No one alive can catch a couple of platypus lads in the woods.
Our job's to get the lance. I assume that hasn't changed. Then nothing else matters.
Well then, let's lay out our situation.
Wow, this is a long cutscene, people, isn't it?
Our destination is the Dragon Temple, built on a nearby deserted island. Once there, we search the temple for the divine relic, Dracodios. And while we're in there, we'll also be looking for the village priestess, Yufa.
The hell we will. I thought we made it clear we were here for the lance.
But you don't do the leading, so shut up.
According to Edeni, the lance's actual place in the temple is a close-guarded secret, known only to the priestess herself.
Never simple, is it?
We've got 2 problems to worry about. Firstly, by now, the temple's positively awash with melancholia. We should expect monsters, and lots of them. And secondly, there is a possibility that this dragon god of theirs is an actual living, and therefore angry, dragon.
Hope we don't have a battle like that ahead of us. But we better make sure we don't lose if we do.
I've been sitting on that myself, Avi, and I keep thinking that as well. I keep thinking of Yuffie when I hear them say Yufa.
And be quick about it, yeah? If you miss your deadline, Lord Luis will assume you're all traitors.
That puts our deadline in 17 days. Beyond that, we can't say if the priestess would survive.
Your pardon?
Okay.
You all, you're going to save Priestess Yufa?
Wouldn't have to if you hadn't sent her to die.
Wow, Fidelio.
Yes, I know. You're exactly right. But you have to understand, not everyone here wanted sacrifice. To see a girl her age going willingly to die. She's as young as my own child. It's not right. So please.
We will see the girl safely home. You have our word.
It's a strange irony. We came only for the lance, but even that pursuit has earned us a chance to save a life.
Oddly familiar. You sought me intent on capture, and instead convinced me to join you. You have a knack for opening doors others have closed.
Well, let's get some rest for tomorrow. Getting lost in the wild and captured by soldiers really takes it out of you.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Okay, so we want to get to the island for the lance as soon as possible. I want as much time in the bank as I can get. I'm not kind of place of dragon temple is.
Gotta prep.
Let's say what we need for the island first. When you're ready, the gauntlet runs on the eastern beach of the island.
Yep, so we're not even given a choice. That's what we have to do it anyway.
What can I do for you?
Welcome, travelers. As per our chief's request, you will find rest here wherever you need it.
What's going on?
Oh, that's the inn, right. Yes, this is a very, let's say, it's got a very, like, traditional Thailand, traditional, like, East Asia kind of feel to it. It's nice. Well, we'll scare all the birds away because we can. And we can even ride our surfboard out here, would you believe? Ah. They even have a rock here. I don't think they would. There's so many conversations happening here.
That's terribly unfair.
The biggest face on the rock is the Sanctus own Forden. What a farce this whole thing is.
And then after him is that Luis fellow, yeah. And after that, who's next?
It was all in vain.
I can't see. For a moment our chief appeared, but no. Frustrating, but expected. We can't expect outsiders to care about our plight. Surely the chief understands that.
But look over there. It's still small, but I can see that elder boy's face.
Who is he, really? Him and those companions of his. Think they're after our relic? I certainly hope not. It's not as though the island's troubles will be solved by a new king besides.
I haven't seen any fairies in such a long time. What's to become of our fair island?
Look at that.
People seem suspicious.
Faith in Lady Yufa.
Yes, they do.
Leave it out.
Let's talk in the inn.
Oh, there!
I still need to take off my mask to eat, but drinking food doesn't bad actually. The mask on, one drinks feels like 10. Bad news can't get it as easy. Makes it easy to forget it all. He's kind of got a point, but there's a little flaw in his plan. There's something called a straw, and you can drink very quickly with those.
What's up?
I've heard about you lot. Wonder if the food here will be to your taste. It's not so much a dish, but we do have precious fruit that ripens just once a year. It's so precious that, well, it's not if you see certain at a tavern like this. I don't know if you're allowed to have any, though. Missing out on that for will be quite the shame.
What's up?
Well, for us Mustari, this island is a sacred place, like a holy land. As a matter of fact, Altabury was once too. But the land was dedicated to the Sanctus Church during its annexation.
There's nothing to be done.
This island became our only home. As such, we grew more and more isolated. Yes, there's one person who definitely will like it, even though it's disgusting. You're not wrong, Avian.
There's no stopping these drunks. Can't blame us since we Mustari don't normally speak our minds.
Ah, she's a teetotaler. She doesn't drink. It's the female version of me.
Leave it out, mate.
Excuse me?
Good go.
What are you lot here for? Come to steal our livestock too? I swear the chief's not thinking rationally. Asking for assistance from other tribes? We should honour Lady Yufa's wishes and let her fulfill her duty.
Beg your pardon?
Have you been able to find your way around the island? Our city wasn't built with outsiders in mind, you see. If you climb the ladder behind me, you'll find an equipment shop and a general store. If they'll be of any help to you, feel free to visit them.
I might just do that. They might have new gear here that's more expensive. This music is weird though, with like the kind of like vocal chanting. It's like we're basically like a South Africa.
Hello.
I love the smell of this place. The burn of scents from all the different plants just soothes my soul.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, can I help you with something? Is there anything you need?
Let's see what you've got. First of all, I can sell Samara Sukkah. It says consider selling it, but I don't need the money at the moment. Ah, heals all allies for 200. That's nice. I'll have a few of those. I'll buy 10. Meanwhile, Maladi, we've got those. We've not got many of those actually, so I'm gonna get 10 of those. Yeah, you're thinking South Africa. It definitely has that kind of vibe, doesn't it? That'll be useful. I'll get another 4 of those. I'll get another 3 of those. Just to break Makarakan and Tetrakan. We don't want those. So it's nice to see all the different cultural influences they've come up with in this game. I think the armored guards are here. Yeah.
What have we got here?
This shop deals in weapons and armour alike. I'm in charge of arms. Have a look around. Also, one of our traders who ventures beyond this land received word from a Leica on Magic Association. We're to sell you our gear at a discount, evidently. I object to taking orders from mainland igniter peddlers, but the chief said it couldn't hurt to give you a discount. Yep, so Brigitte helped us. Right, so we got 20% off. That is a big increase. An extra... Ah, but it changes... Ah, so it's all about fire moves here, interestingly enough. That's expensive. Very expensive. 64,000 for the Kusanagi. So these are all the weapons that we can equip. I'm not seeing any spears though, which is annoying. Oh, here we go. There's some more weapons down here I didn't even realise. Yeah, you see, that one's 32,000. That one's 64,000. I'm actually going to look at buying the expensive ones.
Understood.
Ah, so she uses fans for hers. And it prevents rage, which could come in handy. Fuck it. I can afford it. I'm buying it.
Good.
Then I'm gonna buy this because I can give it to Stroll because I'm gonna change him back to his samurai. So that increases electric, winter frog. I think it's going to be increasing ice. I think that's going to be important.
Yeah.
We're going up against the dragon. So meanwhile, armor. Hello there. Looking for some armor? You need of weapons? Place your order on the other side. Perhaps my son have already told you, but we got a message from an igniter merchant called Brigitte. She informs me to sell you arms at a discount, and while I don't like being strong-armed, I see no harm in it. That's only for the mages, and it greatly increases evasion against dark, but I can't really afford it. I'll buy 2 of those. No, I'm not buying 10. I'll buy 2.
Yeah. Good.
This has been an expensive shopping excursion, this.
Ooh. Good. That's fine.
Meanwhile, equipment for Stroll.
In the name of justice!
There we go. Perfect. Right, while that was expensive, it needed to be done, and I've still got money in the bank at least, so it's always good to have some in the tank. See, my level grinding helped, people. My ridiculous levels of grinding paid off.
Stop!
What are you doing, slipping around the neighborhood? I meant to steal our valuables, I bet.
Hey, don't be so suspicious. We're not trying to make any enemies here.
Don't think you can sway me so easily. You've come here to hunt down a divine relic, haven't you? Next door they're expecting a child soon. This island's full of innocent people like that who just want to live in peace. Please, just leave us alone. Yeah, we're not going to be flavour of the month here anytime soon, people. That's not happening. we are going to be very much a case of, you're not welcome here. And that's to be expected, unfortunately. Right, let's head down. And there is where we can go and speak to more if we want to. Which could be worth doing.
Now, where was I?
Main reason being, I can talk to them about these Seeker masks. For Juna.
Would you look at this?
Ah, it seems you've another new ally. And this time quite the unexpected character at that. Your ally's awakening has revealed a new archetype called the Masked Dancer. It holds a power both unique and interesting. I've prepared a new special experiment to enhance its potential to the highest level. Should you desire to hear more, I have a lecture prepared for you. If you'd like to listen, by all means.
But before I do that...
His verse is soft and clean. Makes me curious how he takes care of it.
Yes, I am stroking the kitty. Special experiments menu's been locked in academia. Create items that certain archetypes can use in battle. So you get special materials from the enemies in battle. I see.
Hello.
Yeah. So basically, it gives you access to warrior skulls, adds a resistance to fire and a weakness to wind. So you can use it. That resisting fire could be useful against a dragon. Whereas that adds fee skills with resistance to dark. So it basically changes their affinities. Yes, the cat is more important. Oh. They've even got Joker's phantom masks, seriously? That's how Personas drop in Persona 5 in Mementos. They become masks like that. I don't know how I feel about that, I really don't. I still don't know how I feel about there being a wild card and it not being the main character. There's something about that that feels wrong to me. Yeah, so oddly enough, she does have another rank for Market, so you can get her to learn all the other archetypes if you want to. But she actually has that, and it even has a skill inheritance, interestingly enough. And for that one, yeah, we need Faker at rank 10, Masked Dancer at rank... Yeah, so we also need to get other things going, so there's more to come. But yeah, so I can actually give her a... if I can give her resist fire... Ah, but I've not got any skills to inherit because I need to do all the other archetypes first. That's awkward. That's really awkward.
Do you wish to leave this place?
You'll come again.
Then I bid you farewell and good luck.
I need to basically get all the other archetypes for her, which is where the strategy I used last time would come in handy.
Let's go.
All right.
So all we need to do is hop in the gauntlet runner.
Go.
So let's go. And now all we have to do is select our destination, I believe.
All ready for departure? Time to save that bally damsel in distress, eh?
Yep, so let's go.
So this is the Dragon Temple. It's not too far from Virga Island, but we have to consider the currents.
Now then.
How far are we running then?
This place here.
Let's see here.
This must be the Temple of the Lance.
Looks far. How long will it be? If the currents are stable, we'll get there within the day.
You would pursue peril
We've no time to waver. Are we prepared?
Tally-ho then.
Capital! I'll have you at the temple faster than you can say divine relic!
We bring the fight to them.
Alright, we're off. Let's keep our wits about us. So while we wait...
You see?
Do take care in your preparations. If we cannot save the priestess, our search will be much prolonged. And this dragon god. Besides, if there really is some manner of dragon lurking inside, it will not end well for us. We must prepare for anything. The girl is natural martyr. She would give her life without hesitation. She must have been wrought up believing that's the simple way of things. But an adult should never have the right to sacrifice a child's future. Never. I've just seen Stroll hanging back here.
The temples.
The dragon, is it? It calls to mind our run-in with the one in the North Mines. I wish we could save the princess beyond our way, but there's still the matter of the lance. Yeah, I want to go back and kill that dragon if I can. I avoided it last time. I want to go back and murder it. Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be a human-shaped dragon as well. I agree with you. I agree completely. Might go fishing. Doing a stealth. There's Lady Juna.
Yufa. I wonder if that princess girl, Yufa, is alright. I hope she's well hidden. If there really is a dragon in there, we need to expect the unexpected. The more research we can do, the better.
Okay.
This whole sacrifice business don't sit right with me either. But remember, we can't afford to get sidetracked. Don't forget, Del and I are always watching.
A word of warning.
That blood you spilled on that art back there wasn't just for show, you know. You swore fealty to Lord Luis. Sure, it can't really read your true art, but it was a blood elf all the same. And if I catch one with you, you're going back on it. Well, you got a lot more blood where that came from. That's how it's got to be in this crew, yeah. Stay loyal or you'll pay in blood. Yep, absolutely. The world's in trouble. Let's go fishing. Definitely.
Oh, jeez.
Isn't this high-speed fishing gear? What have you got to do some fishing? We can catch some fish because we cook. Want to fish for a bit?
Understood.
Okay, I'll go get Heisme.
The truth is...
Indeed, I thought I'd do some fishing, but I don't have a good bait. Do you have anything that might work at all? You know, earthworms, grasshoppers, things that fish and stuff. We ought to hold on to anything like that we find. So I've not got any bait, so I need to find more bait. I can't go fishing, I've got no bait. I don't know where I found that bait. Okay, for now, let's read a book. There are more books now. Maybe Junior added a few to the collection. Books I could read are... It's Julian's treatise on the building of sustainable future in magic. He does have a way with words. I haven't started reading it yet. He's obnoxious, but he does know a thing or two, so maybe we'll learn something. Looks like a complicated book, so let's get covered by the window before we dive in. More wisdom. Yes, we'll take it.
What's that?
Sustainable magical living? What's he getting at? Anyway, the first chapter is called Thinking About Fuel in the Magical Future. All things considered, our world is still primitive, foolishly relying on wood and fire to warm and feed its people.
Let's see.
This wood we burn makes smoke, and this smoke pollutes the atmosphere and destroys life beyond our cities. Combustible fuels must be prohibited by law. And the void left there is where magic comes in. It says, in other words, he wants to do everything with magic instead of firewood. What do you think? I think it might work for some, but certainly not everyone.
Right?
I agree. So few can afford igniters. Banning non-magical fires would pose a lot of immediate logistical problems. Galakara are on the same page. I feel like I've gained some wisdom.
All right.
Yay! I guessed right.
Well...
People's lives in the present are important, but so is the future. Maybe we should treat both with the respect they deserve.
There's still more to read in this book. I'll pick it up from here next time.
Navigating the archipelago.
I thought you'd appreciate the books, Avian, because I sure do.
The Dragon Temple comes into view. It is dedicated to the dragon god, Et. The wind carries the unsettling cries of beasts over the water, ensuring that even reaching the temple will be a trial. The gauntlet runner pulls into the shores of the isolated island, amidst surges of sinister magla.
We're here. Maybe the tide was with us this time, but that was a much quicker trip than I thought.
What's up, Del? You seasick?
No, and keep your eyes on them, not me. Don't want them pinching the lance and doing a runner.
His resistance to a rat on the bat is not well.
You really worry too much, mate. Once you've got doubts in your head, you don't know how to let them go.
That's the Dragon Temple.
Just as I thought. I've seen this exact view in historical art. It's as ancient as ruins come. Perhaps the reason the Sanctus Church doesn't want anyone near the island is that they want whatever's inside to stay buried.
I'd avoid it too if I could. The place looks totally overrun with magla. We're definitely gonna find some monsters in there.
This melancholia aura is most ominous. What is this magic? And from whence is it born? We only ever see it when faced with grave burdens.
Might not be unrelated. We know magic is possible without an igniter. In other words, magla can be controlled by the mind alone.
As we've done.
You venture that it springs from mortal minds?
Hey, you lot about finished. Let's get on with it.
He's right. Let's hurry on.
He's not happy to have the debate, is he? He wants us to get in there.
We're off.
Right, okay. So, we'll do a quick manual save while we can. So, we're going to go into the dungeon. I get the feeling we're not going to finish it, which is kind of helpful because it means that what I can do is a lot of offline grinding again, potentially. Potentially being the keyword. Right, before I do anything, I've got Juna in my party, and I didn't... I might keep her in for a moment, because if I'm strong enough to battle without using the regular combat turn-based, she might be able to get a lot of experience quickly.
Look at the entrance. What's going on here?
It's some kind of giant tree, right? But it almost feels like it's radiating pure magla.
We shall force our way through if we must.
Good luck with that. I told you.
The wood turns aside all steel. It's no normal tree. The Melancholia's influence, maybe.
That's the best you've got, old man. Too sloppy by half. I'll show you how it's done.
Here we go. Yeah.
Del, what's wrong?
Nothing, I'm sound. Just dizzy, that's all.
Hey, Del! Whoa! You burned it up! Why?
Allow me.
He was wounded by the human. Indeed, he was, Avian.
Your foot is badly injured. 'Tis infected and inflamed. What possessed you to hide this?
I said I'm fine. Stop wasting time.
A wound-borne fever can turn fatal. We should turn back.
She's right, Del. We've got to get that looked at.
Basilio? Are you gonna listen to me or not?
Oh, please. You don't get to die like an idiot. From an infected foot of all things. Learn to rely on your allies. That's what a real warrior does.
Oh, Juna's laying down the law.
Sorry, Del. I can't afford to listen to you this time.
You damned fool.
And now he passes out. Yeah.
We need to get back to the village. Every second counts. Teleporting might be our best bet.
Right. We'll be seen, but we don't really have a choice right now. We can't get into the temple like this anyway. Let's ask around back at the village to find out if there's a way in.
Okay, so much for that plan, people.
Carry him to the bunk inside the gauntlet runner. Also, once we get moving, don't leave the room or look outside. We're charging home full throttle, understood?
What? Right, got it.
Yeah, okay. So if he faints, she has no choices, so there's not much we can do.
Hey.
Gran, how's Del doing? You can help him, right? It was a good thing you came back immediately. One night more of this and he'd be lost. But rest easy, boy. I've treated him with both magic and material cures. A good hardy Parapus constitution should be all he needs to fight the fever. Ah, phew. Okay, that's good. However, he'll have to stay on bed rest. Even once the fever's down, if you push him too far too fast, he'll never walk on that leg again. I'd listen to her if I were you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. And actually, there's one more thing we could use the wisdom on.
I see.
A giant tree in the temple. I didn't see it when I was in the area. If it's grown that much in such a short time, it might be magma exposure. The temple's positively leaking the stuff.
I believe I understand. If your aim is to destroy this tree, a concoction known to the ancients as the Potion of Blight may be the wisest choice. Truth be told, there is no record of the ingredients needed to make it. All I know is that they're not found on this island. I've heard something that induces thirst is needed. If you could bring me that, I'll try my hand at concocting the Potion of Blight.
Understood.
Understood. We'll track him down if we want to get to the temple. Let's do something about that tree.
Let's give it a shot.
So battling or the informants at the Golden Deer Hearth might know something. Okay.
Hey.
Sorry, Lady Juna. Way I see it, someone's got to stay and look after Del. Don't be silly, Bass. Of course you should stay with him. You know he'd chase right after us otherwise.
I hate to say it, but we're short on time as it is. Think you lot might have to handle all this temple shite alone? Seems our debts are piling up, eh?
Listen.
You don't need to worry about it. This is what about when Del would say something like, hey, they're gonna run off with a lance, waste them all. But me, I don't think you lot are so bad. I trust you. So we'll hang about here and you sort out the lance. And well, the priestess girl and all, if you like. Can't exactly turn me back on your sister after all you've done for my own brother now, can I?
Fidelio could learn a lot from you, if you ask me. Don't worry, you can leave it to us.
Time marches on, and the age of a
Right.
new king draws nearer.
It is fetch quest time, so we need to be careful not to waste any days here.
Nonetheless,
The giant tree is blocking our way to the Dragon Temple. I'm very much looking forward to covering it in the Potion of Blight.
Don't get ahead of yourself, love. We still have to battle all the ingredients. There's something about it makes it tough to gather them all on this island.
Indeed. It would seem we have no choice but to track down first. A maddening delay when both the priestess and the lands we seek sit inside the temple beyond our reach.
True. We have no idea about the temple is on the inside, nor what amounts of enemies wait within. It will likely be more difficult than any of our previous endeavors.
Let's focus.
Right, yeah, so we got to find it by 17. That's to complete that. So, yeah, that's fine. That's got a round table, which parts in the beginning. Cautious, scorching heat, inclement weather may occur around Virgo Island, and the Priestess Yufa is trapped inside the temple.
Really?
We start by asking the people in the village if they know anything about the potion ingredient.
Ah, it's you. What do you want?
what are my options?
That fool. I told her how dangerous it was. Hey, aren't you the outsiders who promised to save Lady Yufa? If only you'd come a little earlier, then my reckless fool of a sister might still be alive.
What?
Did she pass away? Do you want to talk about it?
Well, she was always a bit strange. Very interested in monsters, so she just left home one day and stepped towards a den of them, just to satisfy her curiosity. She really was a fool. This happened so many times that people at the island gave up on her. She'd come back unscathed every time before, but her luck was bound to run out. There's been no news for ages. God!
Please,
Would you be willing to avenge her? I'd sleep easier if you go to slay the Spire of Blind Faith and slay the monster there.
God, I am
Thank you. I truly am your debt. Maybe this way her soul will find solace. There's a bird-like monster called the Leogron that lords over the tower. I think that's what most likely, well, killed her. You should ask the informants in the tavern for the specific location of the Spire of Blind Faith. And while you're at it, some information on the monster.
I beseech you.
I don't mean to send you into harm's way, but you seem capable enough. Please, help her rest in peace.
Let's give it a shot.
No deadline. It's quite a big one. It's quite a challenging one, actually. That's tragic. Let's kill that monster for him if we go to speak to the island informant. Well, the informant's in the inn, so let's have a quick chat with him. No, he's not in the inn. He's in the bar. I'm an idiot. He's in the bar. That's where he is. Where all the informants have been. Back in the bar. There's another quest there from them as well.
Excuse me?
Leave it out, mate.
There's more quests to pick up too. And that's good. Ah, there he is.
Cheers.
You there. You're the one who saved the priestess. Are you not? Nice to know there are good people outside the island. I'm afraid I have enough material to give you in return, but I can share my knowledge with you. Ask and I'll tell you all that I know. You see, I once lived outside the island and worked as an informant. I am now but an humble fisherman, but my knowledge of the surrounding area is still unmatched. So what do you say? Is there anything you'd like to learn more of? Hey, do you happen to know where we might get the ingredients for a potion of blight? We need to save the priestess. Oh yes, that predicament. I've been looking into it myself, but I apologise. I wasn't able to find any useful information here on this island. I've heard you may have better at finding what you need in the royal capital. Should be an informant there. I'm sure we've got to do business with you. Got it, that makes sense. See how the royal capital is just full of unique things all over. Let's check in with the city's informant. So we need to do that. So monsters at the Dragon Temple.
Cheers.
So you have to save our priestess. Then I'll give you all the information that I know. You'll find all manner of monsters over there. All are dangerous, but be especially wary of the moving stone statues and spectos. Swords and spears don't work against either of them. Spectos reflect bows and the like as well, apparently. There's also huge tree monsters. I believe they're called Alentus. What's tricky, there are different types of Alentus. The green ones weak to fire, but for the others, fire won't work at all. Lastly, I hear the green ones can use wind magic, so hold your ground. Well, that's about it. Stay extra vigilant.
Want in on this?
There's a place known as the Spire of Blind Faith down south. No one dares to go near it though. Technically it isn't all that far from this island, but due to the way the currents flow, one must approach it by circling about from the north. Oh wow, you literally have to circumnavigate.
That's
It looks like it's at the very edge of the ocean.
this place.
So we've got it. Worse yet, they say a monster dwells in the tower. Supposedly resembles a large bird with vivid plumage. Might be that it's just overly cautious, but the closer you get, the more violent it becomes. Best to attack from as far away as possible from the rear.
Don't say.
If we use good use of our formation, we might be able to attack without getting too close.
Seems like it's vulnerable to fire and pierce attacks. I'd recommend having those in your arsenal. So for that boss, you want Gunner and Mage. They're the ones that I recommend, I reckon.
Cheers.
As for nearby villages, there's Silento. It's a small island northwest of here. They sell bath salts like Uncle Electrus's Wonder Salts and Niflheim Plunge, as well as limp goldfish. They also sell something called Hero's Jeweled Root, although I couldn't tell you what the point of it is. All I know is it's some kind of mysterious four-leaf fruit. Sometimes it's got magla, sometimes it doesn't. I wonder if they even sell. I think that about does it. Oh, and if you're the sightseeing type, go out to see a giant hole at the sea bottom. Worth it for the stories.
Cheers.
In Briarleven, there's this huge Heath-run shop. You'll know about all the cauldrons. Oh, I mentioned this before, but I used to live outside the island back when. so I know some things. It's over on Seabridge Street, but the shopkeeper's an old miser, and all he claims he's selling are medicinal herbs. In truth, he's hidden away some really interesting stuff for sale, harvested from the remains of monsters, useful for experiments, and of all things, cooking. If the Navy knew he was selling those dodgy items, then he's strung up, so he's extra cautious who he sells to. Not much chance of getting him to show what he's got, but maybe having a mutual friend would change that. I'm guessing by having Heismay with us.
Cheers.
Oh, you want some ingredients from Virga Island? The butcher used to have a good variety of fish, but see how the weather's been all strange? The oil's not as good those days, so right now there's only monster bone and white peach turnip available. My vegetables, you ask? The islanders leave these in exchange for buying goods. That's because we islanders don't really use money amongst each other. Tried to sell limp goldfish too. Unfortunately, I'm not sure about that now. If you need it though, there's definitely some at the village nearby. Oh, did you visit the water shop? I hear they sometimes sell Queen's honey jar. Ingredients for Virga Island are delicious. Buy as much as you can carry and make some good food of them, will you? Oh, while you're at it, why not start growing your own food? Over at the market's a shop that sells plant seeds. Give it a look. So if we want to find things, we'll need to talk to what's it called? The crier.
Leave it out, mate.
Meanwhile, what have you got?
Excuse me. Aha.
Are you perhaps the elder boy who promised to save our priestess? If you're in the mainland then, by any chance, have you been to a Igniter shop in Grand Trad?
Yes.
Oh, Brigida shop. Yeah, we're basically regulars.
Beg pardon?
Really? Then could you do me a favour? I need someone to take this Igniter to a Lycan shop and have it appraised. It's like this. Not too long ago, a trader came to our shores and sold this model for cheap. Claimed it was a broken piece of craftsmanship. Well, if I'm right, it's an Igniter. A pretty valuable one too. So I'm hoping Lycan store can appraise it and back up my valuation. You want to just hand this valuable Igniter over to the people you met like a minute ago? I have to. There's no other contacts in Grand Trad, and the future of my star is riding on this. Oh, of course, I can promise a reward too.
No kidding.
Sadly, it's an errand to a royal capital to get this Igniter appraised. What do you think? Should we help?
I am so grateful.
Thank you so much. It's in your hands then. Here's the Igniter. I'll get you an official certificate of appraisal from Lycons and bring it back here. You know where to find me. Well, a simple appraisal shouldn't take long. We end up in the royal capital. Let's stop by the Igniter shop.
Let's give it a shot.
Yeah, and we do need to go there anyway because we need to get the information
Excuse me.
for the herb. Now, I am working in the office down in London tomorrow. I've got a very early start. So we're slightly ahead of time, and I was hoping I'd get to explore the dungeon a little bit. But we are out, so that's where we're going to wrap it up for tonight. Tomorrow evening on YouTube, you can check out my friend Chris, who's going to be carrying on his torturous playthrough of Cuphead. I'm looking forward to hopefully checking it out before I get some sleep when I get back from down south. On Wednesday, I will be here playing Final Fantasy XIII, and then on Friday, we're going back one more time to Protect Estelle as we start playing Trails in the Sky, second chapter. So until then, thank you all very, very much for watching. And seriously, how did the crier beat us to this island? I'm not letting go.